have white male privilege.
White male privilege.
I saw an image of the Disney company, the website. They're just looking at all that they own.
That's just
this Disney streaming service may actually be kind of fire.
That's just not. No, it's
because
not
it's really unfathomable how much they actually own. Like you forget how much the Disney company
they
actually
own ESPN.
They own pretty much like any media that's like worth watching. They have their hands in some form or fashion.
And they now own 60% of Hulu.
Like, yeah, the streaming service might actually pretty fire. Not, I'm actually gonna buy it, but we'll see. We'll see when it comes out. But
if you buy it, I'm pulling up.
It's where they just incorporate all of it into Hulu. Is my mic on?
Yeah, it's like it was on earlier.
Yeah. Poof.
Try now.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, that's definitely
reversed. Give me a mic check on that one real quick.
Hello.
Again.
Hello.
3. What's yours?
Mine?
All right.
I'm 2.
No, top.
Mike
Okay,
check.
you're 2. And that one was 3. Okay. All right, cool.
yes, y'all, and you
And
don't
then,
stop.
Madrid.
To the beach, y'all.
what it is. Oh, what's up?
It will be the short shot.
So it must be L.
Yes, y'all, and you don't stop.
Yeah, I'm actively trying to get my
Ooh, do I
girlfriend. I'm
get
actually trying to
Discord
talk
pulled up
I'm
on my
actively
laptop?
trying to talk my girlfriend into getting Disney Plus for all the Disney movies.
Yeah, do
Just shoot me that password.
Disney, like the Disney streaming service.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you gotta use your resources, you know.
Yeah.
I ain't paying for that shit.
I'm already paying for Hulu for you.
It's like,
You
bruh, I'm paying for Hulu and Netflix for everybody. One of y'all can get like the Disney Plus. One of y'all can get it.
Why didn't they just incorporate it into Hulu?
because that's how they're gonna keep their X-rated content safe. So like,
all the other stuff's gonna
content.
Hulu.
yeah. So
That's. I
if
guess
they
that
want
makes
to
sense.
keep,
Yeah, all the parody images and
yeah. So like Deadpool.
All right.
Deadpool's not gonna go to the Disney
But Roland?
streaming service. Deadpool, you can stream Deadpool on Hulu though. So it's like, all right, we're gonna disconnect as much as we can. The X-rated stuff, so we can still do the dark green.
so you can forget it's
Sex
actually
filled
you can forget it's Disney, but it's still Disney.
Yeah. There's gonna be a big Mickey Mouse at the end of it. Yeah, man. Just imagine you work for ESPN, you actually get a check that has Mickey Mouse on it. Like, oh, good job.
Nigga,
Good
I
job,
had to
Josh.
reevaluate my life.
Your name's Toby now. Oh.
You actually gotta meet Mickey Mouse. You just called it like, what's up, bro? He's like, no.
Got to kiss the ring.
He's actually half a mouse, half man.
Is this on some Soprano shit?
Nah, it's on some South Park.
It's more
shit.
like sorry to bother you.
Have you seen the South Park episode of Mickey Mouse? Where they were trying to buy Star Wars and he was like the fucking godfather? No?
Yeah, that's all. This is so long. That was a great episode.
Yeah.
Even Family Guy, they had episodes like, yeah, what do we get bought out by Disney? They like how they changed all the animation to look more whimsical.
To the Disney stuff.
Yeah, man.
Until a Jew came on the screen. And they murdered. I remember that bitch. Mort came on the screen. There was like Jew. And they murdered. And then they stabbed him to death.
I remember that episode actually.
Yeah, man.
So,
Walt Disney was anti-Semitic.
well, shit. So anyway, this is episode 24 of 3 Piece Set Podcast. We are live. You can catch us on Twitch. You can catch us on YouTube. We're out here.
Yes, sir.
Welcome back again.
Your favorite bi-weekly podcast.
Yeah.
All right, so Z.
Semi-monthly.
Bi-monthly. All right, Z, you weren't here last week. Did you get a chance to see Captain Marvel?
I saw it.
Any quick thoughts?
It was kind of boring, Doc. I'm not gonna lie.
Where did you watch it?
In the movie theater.
In the movie theater? You didn't watch it for research purposes?
No, I would never advocate doing something like that on a live stream. But I watched it in theater, and it was just kind of there. It's just an origin story.
I've never heard of anybody actually liking the movie. It's just like, you know.
It's just there.
I heard
mean,
a few people that liked it.
Yeah.
It's when you compare it to the like 4 movies that came before it. It's just an origin story.
Yeah. Like you can't rank it there. if you rank it against all the other origin stories, I think it's middle of the road. Actually, I think Captain Marvel falls directly in the middle.
I mean, there aren't too many.
Marvel movies.
I don't think there's too many better origin stories than in Marvel movies, as opposed to like what Iron Man 1,
Yeah.
Black Panther.
Yeah.
Everybody else kind of a pretty shitty origin story.
Yeah.
Maybe Captain America.
No, Captain America.
Yeah, Captain America.
Yeah,
was
okay.
trash.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in that Captain America training scene, fucking the old guy takes a grenade, throws it. He's like, "Yeah, that's alive." Captain America jumps on him. I'm like, bro, what are you trying to accomplish, my guy?
What a
Steve
super.
Like
fucking-
everybody cleared the grenade, bro. Like
Yeah,
you're
everybody
doing
was
the
safe.
most.
Hey,
Like
he's trying to.
your frail body isn't gonna do shit.
He's trying to prove how much of a hero he was.
He's got heart, son.
Yeah, man.
He wasn't gonna have guts in a second. Like he was on some wild shit.
He was, but no, Captain Marvel was just. It was there.
It didn't have those moments for you.
No.
It didn't even have that. Oh shit! It's Captain Marvel.
Yeah, the quality
Oh,
of.
man.
I mean, like it was a good self-contained story, but that's like nothing about it's like, oh my god, like it wasn't ridiculously funny. The action wasn't
Yeah.
insane.
You didn't like
plot
Sam
wasn't-
Jackson being
Did he-
younger? A young Sam?
I could just watch an old Sam Jackson movie if I wanted to.
Did
see
he?
it.
Did they really get to showcase the power of Captain Marvel? It's kind of like, oh, here's a taste of what could be happening.
They gave us some tastes, I feel, but it left a lot to be desired. Like you could tell she wasn't hitting her final form.
Yeah.
That's true. She didn't quite go Super Saiyan
And I,
yet.
and I felt with the action, I felt like there's an action sequence like every 20 minutes. So like, as opposed to other Marvel movies, where it's like even the Black Panther, there's a lot of action in it, but like there's still gaps where it's like just exposition, it's just talking. Captain Marvel, every 20 minutes, someone's doing something. There's some type of fight on the screen.
Yeah, I think it was also kind of just like it just the stakes were low. That's how I felt like when I saw the Spider-Man movie. Like all the stakes were really was he stopped a robbery. That was it. And the same with Captain Marvel. Like she wasn't saving the world really. She was just kind of helping some niggas out and remembering who she was, and that's literally it. So I don't know. I just maybe when they up the ante, it'll be more interesting to watch.
Did it make you excited to see her in Endgame? Do you feel like this movie had to come out before Endgame for you to care about the character in Endgame?
Yeah, I do. I just think Marvel shouldn't have put out two movies. They shouldn't have put out two movies after Endgame or before Endgame, and between Infinity War and Endgame, when neither of them have to do with that plot.
I mean, both of them kind of.
Both of them happen before Infinity War.
No, I think Ant-Man happens during.
Endgame happens like right before.
Yeah, it's like the same time.
Well, really, you watch all of Ant-Man just to see the after credit scene at the very end.
Same with Captain Marvel.
How much time did anybody I guess like calculate how much time passed between when the first alien ship came to New York and the actual snap? How much time passed?
I think it's just real time.
Like I guess like however long the movie ran. So like really the aliens came. That's like a 2-hour span. So if you didn't see that in the sky, then
Which movie are you referring to?
Infinity War.
Just like how much time happened between Infinity War, like
No, just like when the I guess like when when the first
When the first ship
yeah
dropped
the
in
first
New York?
the first big event in
Avengers?
Infinity War. Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's just. I'm assuming that it's just like real time, 2012 when that happened, and then 2018.
No, I mean like in Infinity War when the first ship came.
Oh,
How
Probably
much time that between
no
that
more
and then the Thanos snap?
Less than a day.
Less than a day.
Less
than a
Because
day.
like in Ant-Man and the Wasp, we're kind of like in the same city, so I feel like even if the ship was in Queens, you could have saw it in Brooklyn. So
I mean, they should have seen it on the news, but they were also like.
yeah, they had a lot to deal with.
That's why I'm like the plot of Ant-Man happened before, and then the after credit scene happens during. That's what I felt like.
Well, that makes sense.
There's the only way you miss like a fucking alien spaceship coming down and taking over. Again.
Yeah, I guess like they're setting up everything, and then when it actually gets to the quantum realm, it happens, and then
Hey, you're good. What?
Yeah.
You're safe.
Yeah, but I felt like the reason Marvel did it that way because Endgame leaves you with such like depression because like damn you can see all these characters just die.
Infinity War.
Yeah.
You said Endgame.
I'm sorry, I meant Infinity War. Thank you. But when Infinity War, he leaves you with such a depression, and you see all these characters just die, everyone lost, and you're just like, damn. So I just feel like Ant-Man and the Wasp was kind of like just a lighthearted movie. It was like, all right, just lift your spirits a little bit, and here's something at the end to kind of give you a little bit of all right, this could kind of work out. And I think Captain Marvel was supposed to be the okay, these niggas actually have a chance because she literally absorbed the power of the Tesseract. So that's how I viewed it. So like, all right, so when Thanos goes there, was the Tesseract with the Power Stone?
Tesseract is a space stone.
Space Stone.
There you go. So like so maybe that won't have any effect on her. That one specific stone won't have any effect on her because she has that power within her already.
That makes sense.
Nullify it.
That makes sense. I'd be willing to buy it.
Yeah, but we'll see.
Yeah.
One theory I was interested in is the color theory within the movie itself. So like, I read the thread that the Soul Stone, being, I guess like there's a lot of like a theme between the Soul Stone and Gamora. And I guess like the reason why Thanos was able to get the stone is because he loved Gamora, but the love wasn't really. It was more of a necessity, more of a necessity than love. So you can see when they're on the same screen together and when they're apart. But like when Gamora's actually thinking about Thanos, you can see like the color theory switches to purple and it's like dark and shaded. And like when they're together, you can see little flecks of like the Soul Stone, which is orange.
Yeah, it's the orange.
It's orange, so you can see different flecks. It's dark, but you can see little flecks of light. And then when she's together with what's his name? Quill. When Thanos grabbed Gamora, like when they were together, looking at each other, like the screen was like completely ablaze with like orange. So that was real. But when Thanos and Gamora together, it's just flickering. It's barely there. It's there, but you can barely notice it. And then when they actually get to the planet, it's still shaded. And when you get to the top of the mountain, it's shaded. And then when he finally gets the stone, he sacrificed Gamora, but then he has the stone and it's like glowing in his hand.
Oh yeah, I checked to look at that.
So I feel like in the next movie there's going to be a lot connecting between Gamora and the Soul Stone and him. And also, I completely forgot that Nebula is very important in the story with Infinity War. Like in the actual comic, she's the one who actually resets everything. Like throughout the entire, I guess like the saga that I have for the Infinity Gauntlet, Nebula was just like, she's basically an animated corpse, like a corpse that's technically still alive. That isn't dead, but it's like in the in between realm throughout the entire comics. And at the very end, she gets control of the Infinity Gauntlet, and it becomes like back to who she was,
like an actual person.
Yeah, she becomes
less
like
an automaton.
Yeah, she becomes like an actual person, but she's not an robot in the actual comic. But the character is pretty much the same. Like instead of being Thanos' daughter, is like she's like the granddaughter, but like they're still related, and so but still like it's like heavily tortured by him. And so eventually Nebula gets the Infinity Gauntlet, turns Thanos to stone, and then resets. She's the one who actually resets everything so that everybody comes back to life. So I'm really interested to see what actually happens in this movie.
I'll be surprised if they don't give Captain America or Iron Man the money shot at the end.
The money shot? They won't. I don't think they will. I feel like they were more likely to give it to Thor.
I don't know. We all know this is Captain America's last movie.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Come on, America has to triumph in the end.
It's not a world victory unless the USA does it.
Yeah,
that is true.
He's the most American there is.
There's no British heroes.
It's not a win.
Heroes.
It's not a win unless America gets the money shot.
Yeah.
Iron Man's gonna hold him down while Captain gives him a 2-piece.
Yeah. So did y'all see the trailer for End Game?
Yeah,
I didn't like any of the trailers really.
I mean, it's hard for me to take the trailer seriously because they put so much fake shit in it.
Yeah, like even to this day, if you see a trailer for
to this day,
Infinity War, they still have the Hulk in it, and the Hulk's not in the movie at all.
He's in the beginning.
Yeah, he's getting clapped by Thanos.
I know what you're talking about. Like that scene where he's running through Wakanda.
They trolled the shit out of us.
Yeah, but they do that all the time. But every trailer, they change something or they digitally alter something.
Like
so
you can see Tony Stark in there, like with them when they're lined up with those suits on.
Yeah.
And a lot of people theorize that those are the quantum suits from Ant-Man.
Mm-hmm. I don't think. I think they those are.
I wouldn't be surprised if they were.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Somebody needs to save the day, and it can't be those niggas who already lost once.
Right? Yeah. They need some fresh blood in there.
They do. They need some new ideas.
But yeah,
they need Kevin Durant.
So how do I feel this is supposed to be like the longest Marvel movie?
I'm ready.
That ain't no problem.
Yeah, give it to me.
I'm coming through the theater with a Red Bull
And a
and
raging
everything.
erection.
Pop a Viagra. Like, yo.
We gonna
Yeah.
see what happens.
Did we get when they announced Black Panthers, the tickets were open? We got them like that, like within
Yeah,
like
that
30
day.
minutes. That's what I'm doing for End Game. I gotta be there.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. Whew.
Nobody
Man.
about to spoil that shit for me.
Nobody.
Yeah, I mean, I saw Black Panther and Infinity War that Thursday night preview. I 100% am going to see Endgame Thursday night because niggas aren't spoiling it for me either.
No, not even. I don't even know how. I don't want to
I
know
don't even
how
want
good
people.
it is.
I don't even want niggas to joke about spoiling that shit for me.
Yeah.
I don't want to see none of that
Until
shit.
I see it, I'm just gonna delete
Yeah.
Twitter off my phone.
You gotta delete the internet, dog.
yeah.
Bro, Facebook will get that shit instantly.
I'm
We know how
to
long
be honest,
Facebook takes.
I gotta call out like that day and the day after work.
I'm
Just
sick, man. Nigga, you got that in-game flu?
Yeah, I already took the day off.
I'll tell you. I'll watch the next day matinee for the next day. That's yeah. I gotta see that as soon as it comes out. Like I'm trying to sneak into whatever early premiere they're having, whatever premiere party they have in anywhere.
When does it come out?
April 26th.
6,
Yeah,
yeah.
it took us-
How deep into Game of Thrones will we be at that point?
I think that's like the Battle of Winterfell weekend. So it's gonna be a crazy weekend.
Dog, nigga, I might not make it. My heart might just give
the
out.
finals aren't going on that weekend, are they?
I just remember watching.
think so.
No, I just remember watching Battle of the Bastards a couple years ago, the same time as Game 7 of the NBA Finals.
Oh man, that shit was
Too much
that shit was-
adrenaline.
I watched Battle of
Dog.
the Bastards. I watched that first, and I tuned in the rest of the game.
Dog,
And
that
I
shit
don't
was
regret it.
crazy. That was still the craziest day in like TV history to me.
That's still the best Game of Thrones episodes to date, I feel like.
Battle of the Bastard, or as I like to call it, the Bastard Bowl. Look at those bastards.
So, on Game of Thrones, are we intimidated by the
No.
names?
No.
But it's like
we waited a year. We're not intimidated.
No.
But it's like, how you feel about the disparity? Like some episodes are like 120 minutes, others are like 58. Do you
And
guys
man,
feel more streamlined?
Man, do you think?
You gotta.
You gotta trust the process.
As long as
They could take a shit on a plate.
as long as they and
They
justify
literally
the
took a
means.
shit on the plate.
As long as it's a good shit, that's all I care about.
Honestly, like people can say what they want about the last couple seasons, like the quality went down story wise. It did, but the action went up
That's because
considerably.
things are wrapping up.
Yeah, like fuck it.
I feel like in the beginning,
Enough talk, those mans. Really.
Exactly.
I feel like in
you
the
set shit
beginning,
up for years.
Game
You,
of Thrones was all about like kind of like the destination. Like it would take somebody a whole season to get from one place to another.
yeah,
And then like in the later season, it takes them like
an
half an
episode.
episode to get from one place to another. But that's because like the party, like everybody's developed the skills, everybody's established.
Yeah, they got their network. They got clout now. Like,
Yeah. There's no
sure.
more like training. Like it's finally here. It's like time to actually do things. So it's definitely more like a movie now. But it's I still like it.
I remember it took John like 15 minutes to get to Winterfell.
Yeah, same episode. We were like, what the fuck?
I was like, damn, that's going to be like 3 episodes
Took
from now,
Arya
John.
like 3 seasons just to try and travel there. And Bran like 6.
She caught how many bodies on the way though?
A million.
Right. Dog, those trailers were pretty sick though. They had her running, looking pressed. Like I haven't seen Arya look
I
pressed.
haven't watched the trailer yet.
You haven't watched it?
I'm rewatching the show. I'm gonna watch the trailer after I'm done. I'm about to start the last season.
Nice. So you're ready for this Game of Thrones review?
Yeah.
Check that out on our YouTube page, 3P Set Podcast on YouTube. Boom. But speaking of shit premiering, Us premiered this weekend.
Yes.
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 All right, Josh. So again, you sure you don't want to get spoiled?
Yeah, I mean, I really didn't have too much invested in the movie anyway. Like, I knew I was gonna see it, but like, I wasn't really impressed for the plot. Like, I could honestly just cliff note it, to be honest.
Okay.
I mean, I'll see for myself in a couple hours anyway. So
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Honestly, people kept tweeting about like all the things they missed the first time. I don't feel like I missed anything. I didn't really feel like there was that many things to really miss.
There's a lot of things that you might have noticed, but I guess a lot of people are digging deeper into it because it could be something like a light reference. And
do
saying,
you think it's like Get Out, how everybody hyped it up about how intricate the storyline was, but then you actually see it and it's like,
Oh,
It's
It's-
pretty,
it's-
like
yeah.
Get Out was, in my opinion, Get Out was pretty fucking.
they put it on the table for you. I mean,
Yeah,
sure.
this
There's there's multiple
this is-
themes going on, but
This
like, they
movie is
pretty
less
much-
on the table. It's more under the table.
I don't know. I feel like Us, like they explain the whole fucking plot. Like they leave nothing to the imagination.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
very-
everything else is just the parallels that you decide to draw for yourself.
Yeah, what Get Out, I felt like all the symbolism was very like
The what?
intentional. Symbolism.
Yeah.
Simple.
Symbolism. Somebody called an ambulance.
Ball.
Some of them. So Get Out. I feel like the symbolism was very intentional. It was like they have the Alpha and Omega sound like on the house and the different parts. So it's a lot of stuff like you just watch the movie, you can just pick out parts. Like he really hit you over the head. But unless I feel like it's more subtle with that. It's like okay, I did that now, and this one is more different type of things. Like with the ambulance he uses the prop the door open.
Mm-hmm.
The son uses. Yeah, and they end up leaving the movie in the ambulance. So it's like little stuff like that. Not like this is some big thing. What I do think though is it made me question this whole thing is like some referendum about
What?
Referendum.
Thank you, about capitalism. But at the end of the movie, when you look at Lupita's cheek, it looks like the sickle, and the sickle. So like, that's like the communism, and it's in red. So it's like,
there's a lot of red in that movie.
Yeah,
and even that scene,
her doppelganger name is Red.
Yeah, Red, and she was like, "Who are y'all? Americans."
Yeah, they did say that. That made me laugh.
So it's like a lot of Cold War era things going on.
Exactly, like it's a lot of callbacks to the 80s.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's America coming right out of the Cold War.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a lot.
And as we're about to go into another one.
Yeah.
As somebody who doesn't like horror movies, I can say that the movie wasn't really scary.
It wasn't scary,
but it was more suspenseful.
Yeah, I think of it as more of a horror movie than
and
Get Out.
The biggest twist at the end, I guess, in the first 5 minutes of the movie.
Oh yeah, me too. The whole time I was like, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That was in the back of my head the whole time.
It made me question if I was right. Cause I was thinking it's an entire movie.
I was about to say, like the first time you saw The Incredibles 2, you knew how exactly everything was gonna go. And then it did it, and this is about the same way. Okay,
kind of like in the beginning, and I don't want to spoil it.
I guess some people, a lot of people will be like, will catch other hints and go other places with it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you might not necessarily catch that, or you might. Some niggas are suspicious.
The whole way through, it just seems
I'm
like
suspicious. Nothing gets over my head.
The plot never really gets too complicated, and like everything is explained throughout the entire movie.
Yeah.
Like,
all you have to do is pay attention.
Why is this there? Why is that there?
Do you feel like that was a downfall of the movie? You wish it was left more ambiguous?
I mean, it's very hard to follow up Get Out with any movie, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that's what makes Jordan Peele, I think, mass appeal for him. Mm-hmm. I think that's what really works for him, is having these movies that are suspenseful and artful, but they're also very accessible.
It's like, I can get it.
Yeah, it's like you watch Get Out, you can, like everybody can get Out. Like there may be other things going on, but everybody gets the main plot.
Yeah. Okay. If you don't get it, then you're trying to miss it.
Yeah. If you don't get it, you're trying to miss it. I feel like Jordan Peele really has this. He really cornered that real niche of like accessible, like higher end horror movies.
Yeah.
Writing.
Yeah, I think it's like Nas, like with a song like I Gave You Power. It's like, oh man. It's like all these niggas do is grab me and they use me, man. They scar me. It's like I'm a gun. It's like I'm a fucking gun. And then the whole song is him just rapping from the perspective of a gun.
If you reference Belly, I swear to God, I'm gonna slap the shit out of
you. I'm not.
Yep. Reset our Belly counter.
Never. Or in how he rapped, he told the whole song in reverse, and then at the very end of the song, he's like a tape recorder that his whole song was in reverse. So like, come on, son, like. It's like he never trusts his audience enough to like, okay, I'm going to do this really artistic thing, and I hope you get it.
Maybe he's just not artistic enough.
Explain it to you.
Yeah. So I was expecting more of an ending, kind of like Inception, where it's very left open to interpretation at the end.
Yeah.
They don't do that.
Is it? Because
they don't leave.
Because the thing about the ending to us is it leaves you this feeling of.
He said it.
I yelled that out when he said it in the theater. He's like, "It's us," and I was like, "Oh shit!" He said it.
They said "Get Out" too. Like we have to get out. I was like, "Oh, he said it."
Oh,
Give
no.
me the keys.
My thing was, how can, in both movies, niggas never have the fucking car keys? I was like,
Bro,
are you
that shit
fucking
happened so many
kidding me,
times.
man?
Where are the keys? Oh shit, okay. Let's go back in the house.
First off,
The fuck the police scene
if
though.
we just fought a bunch of demon people who look like just like us, let's get back in the car and go home.
That's the point when I stopped being scared.
Wait, so they weren't home? They were at vacation.
They're at their summer home.
Yeah, the beach house.
I don't know, man. Like if the slightest thing goes wrong, I gotta be like, yo, let's is it really worth it?
I mean, the minute my wife is having a fucking panic attack, I'm like, okay,
let's go. We can
wrap
go.
it up.
Right,
We
let's,
can
let's slide.
we
Let's
can
wrap
get
it up.
like gas station burritos and souvenir shot glasses.
How do you feel about the acting in the movie?
Okay, what movie?
Us. Did you see it?
I read about it.
The acting I felt like was like really good.
Yeah.
Lupita was like,
Her performance was
she
amazing.
was deserved of the lead.
Yeah.
She was actually kind of like, I was like, I could see her murdering these people.
Winston
She was a
Duke?
little scary.
I don't think he was acting.
I mean, he just played an annoying character.
He was
Yeah.
like,
Have
he
y'all-
was the corny dad.
I didn't really like him. He was like the
He
comedian
wasn't
relief.
supposed to be real likable. He was.
Yeah.
Do y'all think Lupita really got a chance to really show off her acting chops? You
In-
think she ever really did? I mean, she did that
in
one. She did
general?
that one movie. This
12 Years a Slave. When she won an Oscar for it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was about to say I don't talk about that movie.
I haven't seen that movie. So.
I haven't seen it.
I've never seen it.
I don't watch the late movies.
She did really good in another Disney movie, like Queen of.
Oh, yeah.
Queen of Katwe.
Yeah, there you
That
go.
was a great movie.
I bet it was.
That was really
She
That was the
also
other
in Star
movie.
Wars. So
When you asked me before, like what movie I cried, that was the third movie.
You quite a Queen of Katwe?
Yeah,
That
I
was-
cried.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
I didn't see it, but I listened to a review of it, so I felt like I seen it.
I mean, it's
That's
a true
close
story, so it's like,
well, it's a chess movie, right?
yeah, it's a true story, so
Let
it's
me
like we
guess.
know what happened.
Niggas live in poverty. Somebody dies. They overcome all odds. It's
No.
very inspiring.
Nobody
No one
died.
does.
It was the teacher. It's like he had his chance to get his job as an engineer because that's what he went to school for, to be an engineer and really make money. But he's like, dang, or I could stay here and teach these kids and be a teacher to these kids. And he's asking his wife. His wife was like, they just had a child, and it's like they're kind of really struggling. And he's like, I want my morally telling me I should stay here for these kids and help them with chess and help them learn and stuff. But my obligation as a man to my family is to get the best job as I possibly can. He's been waiting this whole movie for the job, and the opportunity finally came. Then he goes to his wife, and he's just like breaking down, like, I don't know what to do. And she's like, baby, you already know what you're supposed to do. Stay here with these kids. And he's like, thank you. And that part, that touched me.
Because he
That
wants to be a
emotional
principal,
level.
so
Yeah.
it's kind of like he
In my head, I'm like, man, fuck that.
Your face is kind of like, and ...
I was like, man, fuck these ugly ass kids.
Is this,
We out- we are
is this
out of
Black
here.
Lightning Part 2?
Oh, I just started watching Black Lightning.
Yeah, Ashton loves anything that has a positive role male role model as a teacher.
All right.
It makes
You haven't
sense
seen Lean
why
on Me?
you watch it.
No,
Like,
I've
it
seen
makes
it.
sense.
You haven't watched Lean on Me?
Bro,
I'm
I feel
sorry.
like you
You've
would
never
really.
seen
I
I
Lean
feel
on
like
Me?
you would really enjoy that movie.
You would enjoy the hell out of that movie.
And Mean Girls, they have a black male principal. I think you'd like that one too.
That's actually pretty funny. Mean Girls.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Not everyone.
American Dad?
Ooh, American Dad,
That's
Black
a great
male
show.
black
Principal?
male principal.
Yeah.
It's better
But you
than
really
Black
should
Lightning.
just watch Lean on Me. Like,
The one
I
Morgan
feel like
Freeman-
you're
Put that in your
required to
pocket.
watch that movie.
Oh
at
yeah,
this point.
that's.
I've never seen that.
You never. That's. A
I haven't
movie.
seen it. I've seen a couple scenes on
Ah,
BET.
there's
I mean,
like-
I was in school at the time. I don't want to watch a movie about school.
Yeah,
while
fuck
I'm in
no.
school.
I mean, it was a good. There's just certain things about that movie, especially the singing. Like, there's certain scenes in it where it's just like, you should just watch the movie. It's a great movie, and then they all come together while he's in jail, and they're just singing and chanting outside the jail, and it makes you feel all
Why'd he go
good
to
and
jail?
black on the inside because he was chaining the doors to keep the drug dealers out of the school.
That's Lean on Me?
Yeah.
I thought it was Cooley High.
No,
Why is that
It's
illegal?
Julio was like,
It just,
Wait.
you can't entrap kids.
you can't. It's a fire hazard. But like the students were letting.
Oh, I
the
have
drug-
seen this movie then. I was really little.
Shoot
No.
them niggas.
See,
I'm
yeah.
Can't do that.
Why can't you just call the cops?
Because it's in the hood and the cops don't care. So
So he chained the doors.
yeah.
Plus, it's the 70s.
If you
80s.
watch the movie, you would understand.
It doesn't make sense to me.
No,
I'm sorry.
he chained the doors to keep the drug dealers out of the school.
Yeah, because they was
So
coming
he
in
was
there
like,
stabbing the
You're
students.
coming.
and stuff.
Yeah, he's like, you're gonna go to school, and I'm gonna.
Can I
Like,
just get an off-duty cop or something?
no,
It's also,
They don't have money
it's like,
for
what
it.
is it, 70 Chicago?
He was a
Yeah.
principal. He
is
had
that in Chicago? I always thought it set in Philadelphia.
I can't remember that.
I don't
Doesn't
remember.
matter. But it's an inner city school.
Yeah.
And not a good city.
Like the poverty is like, and it used to be a white school. That was the best part about it. It used to be a white, nice school, and he got kicked out because he.
It was nice
like,
when it was white, Sassy.
It was super nice. It was so like if you watch the
offended.
beginning, and he got kicked out because he had like these.
He had that lean on
views.
him.
And they kicked him out of the school, and they asked him to come back once it became a black shitty school. And they were just like, "Can you come fix it?"
And he
Please.
said yes.
Yeah. He was like, "Let me,
That nigga deserves
It's like
it.
we got a nigger
Okay.
problem.
let
So,
me go do
fix
this."
it.
All right, put him back.
I mean, that's essentially what happened.
Yeah.
Speaking of chaining kids, how do y'all feel about James Gunn coming back to direct Guardians
That
of
was
the
a weird
Galaxy?
transition.
Oh, you know, I guess chaining kids, fucking kids, it's all the same thing.
I didn't say that, actually.
Well, technically,
You
you
took
didn't
it
do
there.
any of those things. I'd just like to go on record and say that we're not slandering him.
I'm just saying, how do you feel about he's coming back to direct Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and Suicide Squad?
Not many people
2?
can go up against Disney and lose, or and win. I'm sorry.
Did he win or did he just kind of bounce back?
I mean, he won.
He won.
He got his job.
They swept that under the table
He
real
won.
quick.
In Disney's
Hard.
official statement, they basically said that because he
Hey. It was like he just made some jokes,
was,
guys.
it's like, yeah, we came
Come
out.
on.
He didn't do anything.
Come on.
Right?
They were just
Hey.
like, I mean, yeah, he said some things. We came out.
We said some
reprimanded him. He
things.
said, like he
They're in a
He
relationship.
owned up to it. He didn't try to deflect. He didn't try to like say, "Oh well." He didn't. Basically, pretty much, he laid down on the cross. And he's like, "All right."
You're comparing him to Jesus?
That's a commonly used.
James Gunn died
commonly used
for.
analogy.
I don't know. You're grasping
Sins
at
for
straws. I'm
Guardians of
grasping
the
at
Galaxy
straws.
3.
I'm just trying to see what's going on.
He won either way.
I just feel like Disney should still be spiteful and replace Dave Bautista with The Rock just for fun.
Ooh.
That'd be funny as
They
hell.
should.
No, because
They'd be like,
I would like an alternate
he's
cut
gonna
of that.
want more
That should be
like
funny as hell.
lines. He's not gonna.
I'll give
They
him
should
to
be
him.
like, Drex, did you get bigger?
And better looking and smarter.
And somehow,
No, he's supposed to be like a representative of like the kids with autism.
What?
Yeah, Drex.
That is
Dex. Dex or
not. I
Drex.
would feel offended.
I mean,
Well,
they
no,
just,
that's-
they came out and said like the way that Drax talks and the way he interacts with
Yeah,
with other
'cause
people is very similar to those with autism.
Yeah, because if you think about it, he
He
doesn't
likes
have a
that.
filter, and
Batista. He goes around to the autism kids and.
yeah, Batista, he's
I'm sorry,
he's
if
a
I see
stand-up
my
dude.
favorite actor in a superhero costume, I'm assuming I'm dying. Like, that's it. If I see fucking, what's his face, coming as Spider-Man, like,
You'd be like, damn, it's
how,
like,
how much
Make
longer
a
do I...
wish, bro.
I'm like, shit, everybody get one. Damn.
You're too old for make two,
Damn,
make a
I'm like
wish.
6. This is my
Like,
one.
he-
I'm like, I can't even get fucking Iron Man.
yeah, man.
You're too old for that now.
I mean, yeah, me,
Oh.
but I'm just saying in general, as a kid.
Have you guys seen that show called The Act with the lady, Gypsy Rose, who killed her mom?
We don't watch that.
What?
What is that?
That's the one. Okay, so it's like a true story. Maybe in 2016.
It's a true story, maybe.
No, it's a true story. I
Okay.
think it was maybe around 2016.
Okay, all right.
So the mom was lying about the daughter having leukemia and a
Don't
whole
bully
bunch
kids
of
with
like,
cancer.
yeah, it was like 5 or 6 disorders that she supposedly had her teeth removed and lied about her age so she can get like, you know, trips to Disneyland and like go see Miranda Lambert
Like
backstage.
she was
She was
like,
healthy?
this is like a career thing that she did.
She had it was
She had her
something.
kid's teeth removed?
Yeah, it
Were
was
they
like,
baby teeth at least? Or?
No, she was like 20. She was lying to everyone saying that she was like 14, 15, but she was like 23 years old.
So they were both in on it?
Well, no, she thought she really was sick.
The girl did?
She really did.
So that episode of Family Guy.
I have no idea what that is.
Or the movie Bubble Boy.
No, this is more like because it's true.
Wasn't
like,
Bubble Boy true?
she ended up stabbing.
More or less?
She ended up getting a boyfriend,
But-
and the boyfriend stabbed the mom to death, and she died.
I
Is this
feel
on
like I've heard
Lifetime?
of that, but I was like, a
no,
Mercy.
it's actually a show.
It's like, there's
on-
movies like this.
It's actually
That's a
they turned it
Lifetime
into
movie.
a movie. It's on Hulu, I think, or Netflix. It's called The Act.
Hulu, Lifetime movie, same.
Yeah,
energy.
no lie, but it's kind of it's crazy when you watch it. Like you had your daughter's teeth removed, and she's just looking in the mirror like my teeth, and she's just like, I was like, oh my god, you had her teeth removed. But the mom had some type of mental disorder. It's like something by proxy or something like that, where she makes people sick so she can take care of them, so she can get like the fame and like all
Like
that.
In the movie Unbreakable. there's
Misery.
a mom like that.
Well, it's really sad because it's true.
Yeah, there are people like that.
But she's like, she feels better that she's in prison because she has. Oh, and she was confined to a wheelchair. She couldn't. She had to sit in a wheelchair. She thought she couldn't walk.
Does she really could walk?
No, she could. Yeah.
So this is like Bubble Boy.
She didn't know she could walk.
Damn.
Like she knew she could walk, but her mom.
She thought like those health consequences.
Yeah, and like she could. Her mom made her have a permanent tube in her stomach. And said that she couldn't eat solid foods, and she was allergic to sugar, but she was feeding her like Pediasure.
Yeah, no wonder niggas stabbed her.
I mean,
Side note: was Bubble Boy a good movie?
I don't really remember it.
Was
I
that
remember
Adam
it.
Sandler?
No, that was Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh wow.
Adam Sandler light.
I was gonna say
No,
Ben.
Jake.
I was gonna say Ben Stiller.
He's nothing like that.
But that's a true story too. There was a boy who
Lived in a bubble, but
Yeah.
but then he wasn't really sick.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I think it was-
No, that's the
Bubble
part.
Boy was sick though.
No,
No,
he
he
wasn't sick. His mom
Wow.
lied to him his whole life and said like, if you leave outside of this bubble,
You're gonna die.
you're gonna die. Like
Did his
he had to
mom
be
die or
quarantined.
something?
No, she just did. She thought the world was scary, and she didn't want never want
You
him
gotta
to
run
get
me
hurt.
my fade. You getting this? I don't see you in a bubble. Why am I?
Yeah, so.
How you scared of the world and I'm
So,
the only one in
so
the
yeah, I
bubble?
think essentially like he had built a bubble because he wanted to go like the prom or something or
I
a
remember.
dance or
Like,
a
he went
party
to a
or
dance.
something. Yeah, some shit like that. And then he ends up kissing the girl at the end, and he like thinks he's gonna die, so he just falls out. And his mom first like, you're not gonna die. This whole thing was a lie.
Oh, I would have killed her.
Yeah, that needs to come
Damn.
to. I gotta see if that's on any streaming services.
I watched
wanna
it
see
on
that
Comedy
just to see it.
Central, so
Nah, it wasn't a good movie then.
Yeah.
see, there you go.
Yeah.
Comedy Central, they do not show good movies.
That's what I'm here for.
They show Half Baked.
Baked's not a good
It's not.
movie.
It's a classic cult film, but
Was it a Dave
it's
Chappelle movie?
yeah, it's not.
It's
Okay,
not a
yeah, you're
good.
right.
But so, do you think that it's cool? Well, I'm pretty sure Disney's still allowing James Gunn to write because he already wrote Suicide Squad 2, and he's in talks to direct it. And Disney said, well, because he's already in talks, we're not going to tell him no, you can't do it. So he could possibly direct Suicide Squad 2 and Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
I mean, he's already on board, so
That's what the promise.
yeah.
Conflict of interest?
How?
How?
He could intentionally make one better than the other.
Wait.
Or he can make
But
them
those movies
all
don't
good.
compete in any
Engage.
type of way.
It's like, yo, I'm making money from this movie, and I'm also making money for this movie.
Yeah, why would you?
Yeah.
Why would you tank one? What?
Yeah,
Just like-
I could see where if you said
He already got paid.
his incentive isn't super high, I could see
But
that.
that's his name, though. It's like
But,
you're trying
yeah.
to bounce
Yeah.
back after like a whole
Yeah, it is your name.
slew of
After a whole
unnecessary
bunch of
stuff.
scandals.
you don't want to get Shyamalan.
I mean, but he's still working, so
He is still working. He just put out a movie.
like, I guess it don't matter anymore. Cause
I always
he
thought that
has
was weird. Like, why do they keep giving him opportunities?
Then he made The Shining.
No, he wasn't even
No, that
a
was
lot. I mean, I think he was.
Which
the
one
child doing
was The Shining?
The Shining was
Jack
with
Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson.
No, that's Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah, that's like way before his time.
Yeah.
He did like The Village and
That's a
Sixth
classic.
Sense.
That's a classic
He
film.
did Sixth Sense.
It was one of those movies that had like a twist at the end.
I See Dead People.
He does all this.
Yeah,
twists at
he's-
the
That's
end.
the
yeah,
Sixth
together.
Sense.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
The
He
twist-
started. He started
The
off
twist
really
in the
with-
village was so bad that it literally.
That was the
shut
movie.
them down.
Yeah.
That was the movie. The Lady in the Water. That was another movie.
It's like, oh yeah, let's send the blind girl. Oh, why? Why are we sending the blind girl? Is that a fucking car?
Is that a plane? I don't understand. That whole movie. Oh, that was. Ugh.
Yeah, I think his first movie was just such a hit. It was like, all right, he has to have another one in him.
He had
What was
some
his
good.
first movie?
The Sixth Sense.
The Sixth
I don't think it was that good.
He had
That
like.
movie was,
it
that
was
movie
great.
was huge.
You
though.
had
I
that
mean, but
little
I watched
boy
it-
in it too.
I watched it recently.
Yeah.
Like within the past couple months. So I guess I might be a little biased.
You
but I
went
was
on the
like,
M Night like kick.
within like literally in the first 20 minutes of the movie, I was like, that nigga's a ghost. And that's the twist at the end. He's a ghost. I'm like, you watch him get stabbed, and now all of a sudden he's talking to a boy who can see ghosts. But how's that a fucking twist?
I see dead people.
You were obviously.
I guess
a
if you
ghost.
Wait,
didn't
what
know,
was
I
his
guess
job
if you
before
didn't
that?
know the
A
entire,
therapist.
if you didn't know the entire plot of the movie, then yeah,
But like,
the first run through.
I was just like, he got stabbed. I watched him die, and then all of a sudden I'm supposed to believe he's alive again and not haunting this kid.
I'm
That's
pretty
a
sure when
fucking-
I was
You know
a
what?
kid, I was
saw it
like,
as
that's a
child.
ghost.
Well, as a child, I did not know. I was like, what is this? I don't get it.
And it was a very slow movie. All they did was talk. The whole movie.
I mean, you had Bruce Willis, and then you had that little boy, Joel.
Billy Joel
Oh.
Osment.
Yeah.
Sora.
Haley Joel Osment.
He was in like
Yeah.
he was in like 3 other M Night Shyamalan movies.
Was he in Jerry Maguire? No, that was
No.
the other kid. That was the other kid.
He's also
Was it
Sora from
Billy or was
Kingdom
it
Hearts.
Haley?
I think it's Haley.
Haley Joel.
Yeah, Haley Joel Osment.
Have you seen him now? He looks like a MAGA supporter.
I know he gained a lot of weight.
He was in Glass. No, he was skinny.
He was skinny.
Oh, he was in
gained
Glass.
weight and made me
Oh, that's nice.
Because it's a sequel to the other two M. Night Shyamalan movies, Split and Unbreakable.
I mean, I didn't know.
He was in Unbreakable.
Oh, I didn't know he was in. Oh yeah, he was the little kid in Unbreakable. There you go. Yeah.
Shit. Speaking of sequels, are you all gonna see Bad Boys 3?
Yes.
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 Why not?
I'm gonna
Why
see
not?
it, but I'm not gonna
Probably.
be excited
I
about
mean,
it.
probably. It's like
Yeah.
probably not though.
Probably.
Just watching your heroes get old.
Yeah.
Martin Lawrence's head looks way too fat for like half that movie.
Yeah, I see that.
The way you put a
Yeah,
lot
I
of
see the
water
one
on it.
picture.
Yo.
That motorcycle.
Yo,
Yeah.
they
It was
look
like, come on.
powerfully washed, but I'm gonna watch it. Like,
Yeah, I feel
Out of
like
respect.
Martin Lawrence stopped being funny a while ago. So
Will Smith
like
still
the
has
90s.
it though. I still.
yeah,
like
Will Smith is going to carry it.
Yeah, but
yeah.
what was the last good movie Martin Lawrence was in? Rebound?
What was that?
The
Oh my
basketball
God,
movie.
It was a basketball movie.
Yeah, he played like a retired he was like a college basketball coach. He got kicked off for being like too angry and stuff, and
You
then
just teach him new ways.
yeah, he had to do community service. So
All
it's,
right,
like,
wait, is it black kids?
it's a mix.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, how was that a new story? But okay, because he's not a white savior.
Is it a black savior?
Yeah,
I mean, it kind of is.
Mm.
So are all sports movies just savior movies?
essentially.
Yeah,
Somebody got to get saved.
Either you being saved by Jesus or you being saved by.
the court.
By
Keanu
football.
Reeves.
Oh, by Keanu Reeves.
I always think about that
You
movie,
guys seen
Hardball.
You guys seen the trailer for John Wick 3?
Fuck yeah.
That shit, I've
fuck
never.
It looks
John.
great.
Let me preface this. I've never watched a John Wick movie.
Same.
What?
Same.
Yo, it's
But
yo,
that
you gotta-
shit
yeah, you-
looks.
What?
Yo, you gotta watch Keanu
Awesome.
Reeves. Like, if you want to see a movie where Keanu Reeves is dropping bodies,
Is
So-
Keanu Reeves at his best?
I will
Yes.
say, John Wick 1, fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John Wick 2 is not that great. John Wick 3 looks fucking amazing.
Yeah.
John Wick 3
It's like
looks.
The Matrix.
Like, how do you
It's like
find-
the first one's great, the second one's okay, and then the third
Yeah,
one's
I
like,
saw the
fuck
preview
yeah.
for
But
Yeah.
watch,
us, and I was like,
Yeah.
watch the first one. Watch it is.
Yeah, it's really
some
good.
of the best
Yeah.
action I've ever seen in a movie in my entire life.
Have you guys ever seen
The
that
things
movie
he does with a gun, I'm just like, what the hell?
Equilibrium?
with Denzel Washington,
No.
That's the Equalizer.
that's the Equalizer.
I thought the same thing in my head. I was like,
They came out at the same, around the
Who's
same
in
time.
Equilibrium?
That's
all
with
equal.
Christian Bale, and that's when they came up with the whole gun kung fu. So it's like the same thing where like they were fighting with guns. It's like that came out in the 90s before John Wick came out.
And it's Christian Bale.
Yes.
I mean, Christian Bale. I mean,
so
he's
is John
pretty
Wick? And I find it on Netflix, Hulu.
You can find it if you want to find it. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
But John Wick 1,
Get it on a red tube. Like,
watch
go get the DVD.
Red 2? That's.
Redbox.
That's
Redbox.
Oh, this nigga nasty.
This podcast is brought to you by.
I would not mind being.
I'm guessing
supported
RedTube is a
by
porn site.
RedTube.
They
You
got
got
the
the
bag.
website.
Yeah, it's a very low tier porn site.
I mean, if you
Where's the
wanna-
definitive porn
I mean, if you
Yes.
if you want to find like amateur, but some of it be some heat.
That's
Rate your porn size right now. Definitive tier.
Wait.
I'm not.
We-
You wanna do this on
All right, we got 5 minutes. Let's go.
All right,
Let's
fuck it, you go first.
I'm not going first.
All right, straight up.
initiated the
All right, straight
conversation.
up. All right, we're going vintage. I gotta reach like way back when. All right, started off. Red Tube was pretty straight. It's like the first.
Nah, nigga, now.
That's
now.
right now?
What are you watching now?
We got the streets on
Red Tube
fire.
is literally the first porn site I've ever found.
Really?
Yeah, it's the first porn site I've ever found.
Yeah, and then there's Pornhub, and then X videos.
Yeah.
XNXX is pretty straight. I previewed
Yeah.
Spank Bang. Spank Bang got some fire. They got some fire.
Bang, bang.
It's a newer one.
Bang.
Spank Bang.
I used to
It's
go
a
on
newer
one-
one.
I used to go to one called
Oh, that
Spank
sounds
Wire.
like.
Spank Wire?
Spank Wire.
Yeah.
It was like pink and blue or some shit like that.
My Free Blacks?
That just sounds like a
Free
whole
Black.
lot of-
Why Free Blacks? What?
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
Sassy.
What?
What type of lesbian porn do you watch?
Hood
So I-
amateurs.
Hood amateur.
Good amateurs.
Good amateurs.
AKA Red Tube.
Okay. No. When I first started watching porn, there was no like big porn sites. Like you still had to pay for like AOL. You know what I'm saying? So,
Oh,
like, if we
hell
were gonna
no.
like go online, we would go to like.
It's the internet. It's 90% free
I used to
porn.
read a lot of erotica before I really watched
believe
a lot
that.
of
Like
porn.
Zane.
Well, yeah, Zane, but there used to be like it's called erotica.com. So,
Ill
like,
erotica.
I used to
Yeah.
read that too.
Yeah, so like you just.
For all them freaky intellectuals.
That's funny.
Yo!
Oh my god! But anyways, that I used to be on that site, and then there used to be another site called like Rotten.com, and it have like all this nasty weird stuff. But then like they had like a little porn area, and I would go to that area and look at their porn. But it was mostly like pictures, like artsy pictures.
Tumblr?
It was like
Tumblr was
it was like DeviantArt.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Like that's kind of like.
Tumblr was a great place. For
Like
porn.
now it's just kind of like Pornhub because like I'm not gonna like for the good lesbian porn you have to pay for it. Like there's no free good lesbian porn out there. It's just
Yeah,
like
there is.
Wasn't Young Munch?
it's
supposed to be
always
shooting
no.
some
It's
shit?
that young MA one like no because it's like it's not even real. It's just what
So
the
you
fuck?
want,
I don't know. I
You
don't
want
like
to watch a
that.
porn directed by a young man?
I did watch that porn directed by young MA.
Was it good?
I didn't enjoy it that much. Like I understand
It was
like
alright.
walking through a house and like as you walk through the house and in different rooms you see these girls having sex and stuff, but it was just not. I don't know. I wasn't turned on. I was just like, this is not great. Yeah, it was just like it wasn't something different. It wasn't.
The cinematography was off. 2 out of 10 stars.
Yeah,
Would not recommend
it wasn't that good. I felt like I could have got more.
The acting left a lot to be desired.
I mean, the scenes,
If I
like
wanted
the
to direct
angles,
some
the
porn,
angles.
I have
were
like
really hanging in.
ideas. Like, come on, like. I don't know.
Pornhub,
Sometimes I just
she's
be like
got
very
ideas.
disappointed in like lesbian porn. Like no one's doing that. Like none of that makes sense. Like whose whole fist is going there? Like I don't understand. Like the fuck is this?
Let's keep it real.
What is me passing it?
I mean, like who has time for that? Like who's shitting properly tomorrow? Like not that girl.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Anyway,
I didn't
John
know
Wick.
lesbian-
John Wick on DVD. You can find it on Redbox.
I did not expect that. Surprise ending.
It was a
Yeah,
surprise
it's like-
ending for somebody.
Nice.
Ooh,
Not
man,
my fist.
what's a twist?
Yeah, so yeah, John Wick is definitely a movie worth getting a Redbox DVD for the night.
They still have red boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, but like in Kroger.
next to the
Oh,
CVS.
and
Go to
Walgreens.
your favorite hood convenience store. It'll be there.
There's
That's at
none.
everything.
I mean, it's like
Just go to CVS.
it's like Russian roulette. You might get just a piece of paper, but you know.
Ha, I got you.
I don't.
Yeah, people would steal the movies and then
Yeah.
replace it with
It's very easy
a
to steal
scan.
from Redbox.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so. Why?
Why not?
I mean,
I mean, I guess.
I like that movie.
I like that movie, and I can steal it without getting caught.
That's so fucked
That's
up.
my movie.
yeah,
I
I'm
agree,
not.
it's
I'm
very
not gonna go
fucked
to
up.
the internet and go to the bootleg, man. I'm gonna
But
steal an official copy.
If
from
you're
Redbox.
watching DVDs in 2019, you deserve what happens to you.
Kinda.
Did y'all see the trailer for Dark Phoenix?
I saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I did.
I saw that.
Did
Mm.
it make you want to go see it?
No.
No,
I'm
I
going to
heard-
see it out of like
they got
because I like X.
Yeah,
I'm
I
over
heard that they're. I
X-Men.
heard that they're not even carrying it over in the.
I
in
hope
the
not.
Avengers.
They're
I was like, yes,
recasting.
destroy it.
That's the thing. Like we don't care about
Watch-
these characters.
watch it.
Like none of
Watch
these
them-
characters.
watch
at this
them
point,
sins
we don't-
away.
No, they had it good for a while. Like it was. This cast was good for like the first couple movies, and then,
Yeah.
like,
Like I said, it
They're doing what
peaked,
they did
it
with the
peaked
last
at
ones.
Days After Future Past. It peaked like
That, I think
Days
it
of-
was.
yeah, that was the best one.
Yeah.
because Apocalypse.
Apocalypse was garbage.
Fun.
Oh, is that the one where the Wolverine had to go back in time?
No, Days of
The
Future
Future
Past
Past
was.
is when you
That's the one he had to go back. I didn't like that one.
You didn't like that one?
I liked when it first came out. When like X-Men first came out, I was a big fan of it. And then like when they came back,
Oh,
and
with,
did the young everybody.
With like Wolverine and Rogue and shit.
Yeah, like when they started going off and started doing like 1,000 Wolverine movies, I was just like,
See, the
okay.
thing about X-Men is we were always waiting for that one really good X-Men movie, and we
And it
never
never-
really
never
got
happened.
it.
Yeah.
So we was like,
I don't know. First Class was pretty good.
First time I
X2,
First
was-
class
X2 was pretty close to getting it, but it just didn't. It didn't.
I like.
I mean, I
And-
like the first one. I was a big fan of the first
I
one.
like Days of Future Past just because it combined like both universes into one. Like,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
wrapped up the whole fucking story. 'Cause
It
it
like-
just restarted it.
yeah, that
I thought
transition
that'd be
from
cool.
First Class to Days of Future Past was like, okay, y'all are on the right direction. That's why I was like, if y'all nail it with Apocalypse, we can finally get that good
and then they
movie.
took the plot, flew it to Dubai, and just took a giant shit all over it.
they got a quick 20K for that. They're like, all right, here
Let
we
a bunch
go.
of oil sheiks just take watery dumps all over it, fly it back.
You know how long ago we were supposed to get a Dark Phoenix movie?
A long time ago.
Long
Like
time
the
ago.
second movie, the second X-Men movie, we were supposed to get a Dark Phoenix movie.
I would have.
Oh, it was
I would have
supposed to
liked
be
that.
the- it was supposed to be the third. It was supposed to be the third
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, that would have been
was
great.
it.
That was kind of the Dark Phoenix because she killed a lot, but
I
at
mean,
the
she
same
was the
time,
villain.
what happened at the end? Fucking Wolverine stabs her like, oh,
And then
let's
she
cry in
died.
each
Oh,
other's
yeah.
arms because you really liked me and not that fuck nigga Cyclops.
Yeah, it was
Should've
really
let
That
me-
whole situation was just ridiculous. I
She
wanted
was
a
being a
Storm movie. I
she
wanted
was being
something
fucking
else.
teased.
Yeah.
So many things that they could have done.
We
but-
could have done,
Yeah.
but they didn't do it. And now they're gonna try it again. And
As long as
Are you
they,
think they're gonna branch the Storm with Black Panther at all?
I hope so.
Yeah, that's
they could.
that's the theory.
they could.
They just have to get rid of Lupita.
Yeah, but
Just have to
she
kill off her
already.
character.
I don't think she has to
No,
be
they
killed. She already seems like she's like,
Well,
I
it's
don't
either-
want
well,
to.
in the comics, her character goes evil.
Yeah, so they said they'll do that.
That's nice.
Well, she said like I would say because
I mean, she showed that she could be a villain.
Yeah, and then she even said like, oh, if T'Challa ever leaves me, I'm gonna kill that nigga. So she was like, so she already said like jokingly, so
Especially for a white woman.
when they talked about like bringing the X-Men into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So yeah, that could very well happen. I see her turning evil at some point.
See, the other movie that I was more excited about than the Dark Phoenix was the X-Men: The New Mutants. It's supposed to be like a horror movie,
Yeah.
and they're supposed to be in a mental asylum. So I hear tell it's supposed to be going to like one of the streaming services now.
Yeah,
But that has like fucking Marcy from Game of Thrones, Arya.
Who's she
Arya
play?
Stark. I think she plays Wolfsbane, so she's the girl that turns into a werewolf.
I don't know how I feel about Arya outside of. I don't know how I feel about a lot of those characters outside of Game of Thrones.
I mean, they had Sansa as fucking Jean Grey. I
Yeah,
remember I saw the
exactly.
trailer.
You don't wanna
My
see that
first thought
movie?
was, damn, this nigga is always crying. He's crying through the whole fucking trailer.
Dog.
She got a lot of turmoil happening. I don't know.
I want to go home.
Go home, nigga. Damn. Shit. Always complaining.
I want to go to the battlefield, John. No, you can't.
No, that's
Battle of the Bastards,
I
2017.
just watched that episode. Like,
I don't get any of these references.
You want to talk about it on our
Maybe you
review?
don't get any of
Our
these
Game of
episodes.
Thrones review?
I've seen one episode.
You're missing out, man. That's shit I'm sure you've been told.
I'm gonna come to the whatever like Game of Thrones party, whatever. I'm gonna show up. I'm
when
gonna
is
keep
Game
quiet.
of Thrones coming?
Yeah, as long as you keep quiet, nigga.
It's coming in
I just watched it
April.
twice.
I don't know which day. I can't remember, but it's coming out in April.
We'll feel it.
Game of Thrones Sundays at Mikasa. Tsukasa.
Game of Thrones. So do you guys replay it twice?
The episode?
Yeah. I always play it once because like you're.
I mean, it's about to
people
be. It's
talking
just about to
and
be like an
stuff,
hour and a
That's
half.
what I'm worried about. People talking.
We're-
And then I just replay it again because it's just like then I can focus.
We're not about to be talking.
You think that? I just
Yeah,
be
you
like,
think
I don't-
that.
and then people be talking and getting up and like asking questions and saying stuff and when some shit crazy happen, people start yelling and then you be like, oh fuck, I just missed half of what the next person said. So it's best to replay it.
That's true. Well, see, as long as our dogs don't start fighting, per usual. It was that
As long
theme
as your
song.
dog doesn't stop fucking with my dog.
All right, now Sabra will be minding her business. Captain come
No.
over like, yeah.
Okay, and then he would go sit down, and the whole movie, Sabra kept attacking my dog.
Because clearly he was initiating some shit.
My dog would literally be in the corner asleep, and then here comes Sombra.
You think you can beat my ass, bro?
Run me my fate again for the 5th time in this episode. Let's fight right now.
Like, they're ignoring us. Let's do it. And he was like, all right, bet.
Wait, did you guys talk about Captain Marvel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have any thoughts on Captain
I
Marvel?
do. I watched it. I was like, she should have been a lesbian. The whole situation was
Yeah, it was
ridiculous.
very, a lot of sexual
Yeah.
tension.
Man, it
A
was
lot.
like, okay, so are they together? Are they not together? When I go lesbians, I go like, are they together? Are they not together?
I was doing the exact same thing. I was just
Like,
like,
yo, they all together? Because it's like, it makes no sense. Like, the short haircut, we raising my daughter together type shit, and she's mixed. I was just like, I don't understand. Like, this looks
and
like
they had
some,
this really just...
y'all live together in the house.
The
and
way
she
they
had
looked at each other.
It was so gay.
I was like,
was-
these niggas gay as
it-
hell.
it
Do
was-
you
Yeah.
think?
it
Do you
was right
think?
there.
Do you think they were? It was just like it was gay, but they didn't have to be like it's gay. It's just like this is.
No, because if
think it
you
was
miss
implied.
your partner, like, because I feel like if you miss your partner that long, and like if I haven't seen my partner in like years, like it was like 6 years, some shit like that, like,
I think
yeah, I
it
would
was-
be like, what the fuck?
I think it was heavily implied without them just being like,
Yeah.
niggas gay.
But
yeah.
that's also was the kind of thing too, because she was just like more than happy that she was back, and it's just like y'all have a whole fucking shrine of hers in the house, and little girl knows all this shit about her. Like it's been 6 or so years, and little girl only like 7, so it's like you've been telling her stories and shit about her auntie,
Yeah.
nigga,
I mean,
whatever,
hey, auntie.
my ass.
Marvel
I mean,
did-
actually.
Marvel did say they are going to come out with they think the world is ready for an openly gay character, and they're also having I think in the next phase of movies they're gonna have an Asian character, Asian superhero.
I mean,
No.
So
what's the
both
name?
those
Moon,
things-
Oh my God,
Moon
Asian
Dragon
character.
Moon.
Yeah, I think he's supposed to.
Moon Knight?
No.
It's really called
Guardians of
Moon
the
Knight?
Galaxy.
Oh no,
the,
Moon Knight is something else.
No, they hang out the Asian dude though. It was Moon Knight, Iron Fist, and like an Asian guy. He was like a dragon or something. I can't remember his name.
I can't either.
But yeah, so Marvel did say those are two things they're coming with. So I think they kind of laid the groundwork. Like, hey, here's a perfectly scenario right here. You don't have to make it. You don't have to make a white man the gay lead. You can just do it right here. And it's up to Marvel if they want to pursue that thing. That's what I thought. I was like,
Is
okay,
Black Lightning Marvel?
No.
It's DC.
It's a
Black Lightning.
Black Lightning. What I'm thinking about?
Because his daughter's
I
gay,
don't know what you're
and
thinking
she's a
about.
superhero.
Yeah, that's decent.
Captain
Oh.
Cold.
Like, I just watched the first couple episodes of that, and I was into it because of that. I was like, oh, okay, this is cool.
I think
That's how they get you.
I think it might be Captain Cold. Captain Cold. I think it's Captain Cold and the other guy.
I don't know.
I think Captain Cold and then like Booster Gold or something like that. They were gay in the CW.
You know, I thought you were saying Captain Holt, like
Remember-
from
I don't know if it was
Brooklyn
Booster
Nine-Nine.
Gold. It was like some other character, and then Captain Cold. They were like together.
Is this in the same show? In Black
No,
Lightning?
this is I think it was in the Flash.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't watch
which
this
is
show.
coming to an end.
I don't watch the Flash.
I thought it was
I think
Arrow.
it did.
Was it Arrow that's coming to an end, or is it Flash or both?
I mean, Arrow's been out for forever, though.
I mean, all the
That's a-
shits can really.
I mean, the last season that I actually saw, I was like, yeah, they can just end this.
I haven't watched any of those CW hero shows.
Nah, me either.
Smallville.
yeah, I got a taste for a higher budget.
Did you watch Gotham?
I watched that shit.
I
Like,
tried.
I watched that
tried.
shit for
On
Jada
CW?
Pinkett Smith.
I tried to watch
exclusively.
Gotham. I
Gotham
just couldn't
wasn't
get
on
into
If
it.
you got
CW,
Jada
though.
Pinkett Smith on your show, you got money.
What was it on then?
I don't think it was.
I think it was on Fox. It was on
Yeah.
Fox.
It was on Fox. It was on
Fox
Fox.
has money.
It's on Fox and it's on Netflix now, so you
Whoa.
can watch that on Netflix.
Yeah, it's not worth it after the first season.
Yeah, I watched up to like season 3, and I was like,
I watched first season.
The
and I
premise,
was like,
the
Come on.
premise is interesting, but like you can only do it for so long.
yeah. After a while,
Like,
it's like,
it's like he's gonna become the Batman.
Yeah, like let's murder these niggas' parents already.
yeah, like young Bruce Wayne is such a pussy.
Aw.
So
Is he
Yeah.
though?
Yeah,
No, it's
Even in Batman Begins, he was pretty.
Batman Begins. Batman Begins.
that's the movie where.
would Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You know, I'm going all the way back to like.
I don't even
Bruce
remember.
Willis.
If we're being a
No,
buck, I
it's
really
not
don't
him.
even remember that
George
movie.
Clooney.
I just remember the training montage.
it's a good
It's the
movie.
worst.
It's a good movie just for the setup for everything.
Yeah, it's the worst one in the series, but it's.
You need it's essential because it sets everything else up.
Well, that's solid.
Didn't Ben Affleck just retire from being Batman?
Yes, he
Nah, I
did.
don't think he retired.
That's what he said. He said he
Yeah.
retired.
No,
They-
they were
they got
like,
that nigga
we're going to go separate ways. We're going to say that we're going separate ways, but you got to get out of here.
Who
boss."
should they replace him with?
No, he was writing
Me?
the movie.
Oh.
Okay, seriously.
No,
Let me guess. It was set in Boston.
no, no.
Somebody's an
no,
underdog, but they're really.
Leonardo DiCaprio's in it somewhere.
maybe because
And fucking Mark Wahlberg's a villain.
on a very big side.
He is.
No, he's a police officer.
If you watch the
More accurate.
What is it? The Dark Knight Returns, the Bane, that one.
Rises.
Yeah, Dark Knight Rises. Yeah, so a lot of those same characters in that movie are also in Inception. So the theory was instead of them having Bane, they wanted Leonardo DiCaprio to play the Riddler, and that was going to be the third movie. But Leonardo didn't want it. He had another movie already planned, so they couldn't
That
do
would
it.
Leonardo as the Riddler. That
So
would
they
have been. I feel like that would have been really good.
So they went
Yeah.
that. So they went
Yeah.
that route instead with Bane and did that movie. So maybe, but so the script that
Same director.
the script that Ben Affleck was working on was all these villains were in Arkham Asylum, and he basically is like he had to fight through all of his.
So the
Nigga,
game?
that's just a fucking video game.
The
They
game?
yeah, essentially they're doing the video
Art,
game.
well, yeah,
That'd be
that's
fun.
a
To be
video
honest,
game.
that'd be
They
fire.
made 3 video games of
That'd
that
be
shit.
fire as hell. As a
Made
movie like
4.
Batman
So
versus
like-
all of his all of his villains.
He's
That would
the-
be Arkham
They've
Asylum.
already
But
made
that
four.
was
But you-
such a
the
pivotal.
setup of
That
it.
was such a pivotal game.
They made
It's like
4
y'all
of
just
them.
making the
4
fucking.
of that exact same game already.
Yeah, like
But
niggas done seen
4.
that shit.
I would still want to see the movie.
So you won't
Not
see
really.
it.
I don't
I think it'll be fine.
I don't think they would do it well.
I don't think they do it well either.
But that was the movie they were working on.
Who would be Batman?
Especially not Ben
And
Affleck.
even,
Ben
even,
Affleck.
even in the
That was the
games,
movie,
like
right?
I mean,
most,
but now who could be Batman?
most of the plots are like one night. As for who could be Batman now, I don't know. The nigga who plays
Idris
Superman.
Elba.
Mm,
Oh, Henry Cavill.
he's supposed to replace Will Smith. Idris,
Yeah, it's Dead
and I'm not
something.
excited about that either.
Dead. What's the name? Deadshot.
That could go. That could go either way.
No,
for real,
Deathstroke
for real.
is Slade.
Yeah,
Deadshot is the villain.
Deadshot can't miss. Slade is just.
Who's
Deathstroke is
Who's
Slade.
Will Smith?
Deadshot.
Oh, because I was right.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
so
Yeah.
You know, check. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a white woman, but you know, you got it.
I will say
Oh my
it was
god, I
funny
list the
watching.
white women stuff. Look at that.
Just drop like 2 names.
Helen Mirren.
Fuck.
He knows.
God damn, I want some cheese with those crackers.
I will say it was funny watching the Teen Titans movie and Deathstroke / Slade pulls up and then niggas are like, Deadpool? Deadpool? Is that you?
No,
He had to convince them that he's not Deadpool.
that's actually really funny. That's a thing in the comics.
Because they're like the exact same fucking person.
Yeah, well, Deadpool's supposed to be Slade's like bastard son.
Yeah.
And what comic is that?
It's like
No,
it's when the writers when they wrote it, it's like, oh yeah, this
yeah,
is,
Deadpool is
and
like
then-
a homage to Slade.
Yeah.
Like how
They're-
he's
they're like
Slade
almost exactly
Wilson.
the
He's like Wade Wilson.
That makes sense. That makes a
Yeah.
lot of sense, actually.
So like yeah, so the writers who wrote Deadpool was like, yeah, they just did that.
They both use masks. They both have swords. They both are, like they're both
They're both mercenaries.
Yeah.
mercenaries.
The
Yeah.
way their
yeah,
masks
that's
are kind of set up is similar.
Yeah.
Their whole loadout, like niggas jacked your style. But shit.
Ooh, did you guys see the trailer for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
No,
I did
not
see
yet.
that.
You did?
Yeah, I saw it.
You haven't?
I really wonder which one of them was going to say nigger.
Plot-
Whole, bruh,
Man.
whole
twist,
time,
all of them.
Wait.
whole time
It's
I'm waiting.
Quentin Tarantino.
Whole time I'm waiting.
It's Clinton.
Oh,
Whole time I'm waiting.
that whole movie's gonna be nigger.
It's and then like there's a guy playing Bruce Lee. That's gonna
Oh,
be really
yeah.
interesting.
Oh, who's playing Bruce Lee?
Some guy, I don't know who it is, but he actually has like the fighting style down. Like I guess someone who worked on the.
Has he done it? Like, has he probably Bruce Lee in any of the other
I
movies?
just don't know who he is. No, I don't know who he is. I don't know.
I'll check it out.
But I just know that the guy who used to work with Bruce Lee on that particular movie that they're kind of like referencing
Okay.
said that he has the fighting style down. But this is around the time of like the Manson murders, so it's like that's like kind of like a thing that's happening.
So it's a lot of shit going on with
Yeah, in this movie, yeah.
One thing I really appreciated, one thing I really appreciated about this film is the focus on the movie industry. Because I read in one of the theories of what ties all of the Quentin Tarantino movies, it really was in *Inglourious Basterds* when they killed Hitler in the theater, and so I guess like in mass culture, it's like I guess like you killed Hitler in a movie theater, therefore movie theaters became this huge like this huge icon, this huge symbolism. So movies, there was this huge emphasis on movies after that death, after.
So it's in like the same type of timeline.
Yeah, so it's like if Hitler was killed in the theater becomes this huge thing, film becomes this huge thing, and then with film becoming a huge thing, the emphasis on violence, and then all the other movies coming forward. And so now, after all of those theories, this is like the next film from Quentin Tarantino that was like not sort of modern time, not like the last one was like a western. And so
It was a western.
this one kind of like this
Written
movie
in.
kind of like focuses on that pivotal like plot point of what ties all of them together. So I really want to see how this one turns out.
I don't know
really
they were
wanna
all
see this movie.
tied together. I guess I should have known that.
Yeah, because there's a scene in Pulp Fiction where they have a bunch of weapons, and like each of those weapons have been represented in one of
Oh
those
yeah,
movies.
I remember that. And he's like picking them.
Yeah, he's like baseball bat, chainsaw, katana. I think it was like a shotgun maybe, and all those.
There's another
Also feet.
Yeah.
Feet are in all his movies.
Have y'all seen any of his other not so great movies?
Like what?
There was one that came right after.
Isn't there one like he's in
He's in all them shits.
like with the vampires or some shit?
Oh, that's
That's
from Dusk
from
Till
Dusk Till
Dawn, but that's
No.
Robert Rodriguez.
It's
He
him and
directed
George
that.
Clooney, right?
Yeah, that's somebody else
Robert
directed.
Rodriguez.
Yeah,
They're
Rodriguez
related, though.
directed that.
Not related, really, but
They're homies.
Yeah, they're homies.
They did the Planet Terror
Death
shit.
Crew.
Yeah, with Death
Yeah,
Proof
I
and
love that movie.
Yeah, he
Forgot the other one.
after Reservoir Dogs, I think he did this movie called like 27 Rooms. It's this movie about this hotel room, and it's like a whole bunch of different stories between this hotel lobby, and it's following the guy Ed Roth, the guy who held up the diner. He's like the main character. He's like the bellboy going through all these different hotel rooms, and it's like each one has a different story. It came right after Reservoir Dogs. I wonder if that one will tie in anyway, because he does have like other movies, but that one's just like the one that's like nobody really knows about.
He said this is his 9th movie.
Yeah.
Huh, that'll be an interesting callback.
I just think it's gonna be funny. I think Martin Lawrence is in this,
Really?
and Zac Efron.
What?
Really?
Okay, maybe I got my movies mixed up. Never mind. I'm so sorry.
So
No, that's the Beach Bum. That's something different.
quick question. Didn't Quentin Tarantino direct The Hateful Eight?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was the one.
The extended version is coming to Netflix.
The extended version of
That shit was
Yeah.
already long as fuck.
On
20% more
April
nigger.
25th.
It's just literally 2.5 hours of 7, 8, 9 people in a room just calling Samuel L. Jackson the N-word repeatedly.
That's really.
He
what
was
that movie
also
is.
calling them the N-word as well.
But they'd be like, "You're a nigger," and they're like, "You're not that bad, nigger." And then somebody else is like, "He's that bad."
I'll be damned if the nigger. And he's like, and he bit my nigger cock. And I'm like, bro, what is this movie?
Yeah,
Whoa.
it was a lot.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
that was a lot.
The Hateful Eight's definitely one you can just skip.
Yeah, I don't think I've actually.
The plot isn't that great either.
I do like a nice western though.
It is a nice western.
You might as well just go play Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah, to be
Yeah,
honest.
if you're in the mood if you're in the mood to watch a Quentin Tarantino western, go watch Django.
Django.
Yeah, I think
Do you
Django's
guys consider Django a slave movie
I
No.
try not
or a
to
revenge movie?
because I don't watch slave movies,
or
but I
a
watch that movie.
slavery revenge movie.
I don't think it's a slave movie per se. I think slavery is just kind of a part of it. But like the movie doesn't really focus on him as a slave.
I think it's Django, in my opinion, is another white savior movie. Like the whole movie is a white savior movie.
I could buy that
I give you that.
because Christoph Waltz.
I mean, it's like technically, but I mean,
Who else was gonna be the savior?
I mean, I guess in the sense that the white man kills the big bad instead of the who was supposed to be the main character, and then
Yeah.
Christoph Waltz went off and won
I
the
mean,
Oscar for it.
I guess I can just.
Yeah.
The white man
Yeah.
shows up, releases him, teaches him how to fight.
Yeah, he finds his poor slave, gets this poor slave, teaches the slave everything he knows. Says when he dies, and the slave has to do everything that the white man taught him. Even his wife's name is Broomhilda.
Yeah, but
I mean, that's real. I mean, that's realistic.
Django's probably has
should look
definitely
at
has
that.
aspects of a white savior movie, but it was still fucking awesome. I'm not.
Oh yeah, it's good.
Is that a
Ignoring
nigga
all
on
of
a
that,
horse?
the movie in and of itself is good.
It's a fucking awesome movie.
What she says? That nigga on a horse.
Who's that nigga?
Oh, that's me.
The Django, you black bastard.
The D is silent.
Man, that first scene when he was whipping the. Oh my god, it was like,
When he was whipping that master
yeah. Oh my god, that shit.
Oh
Was,
yeah, I felt good.
in that bright blue
Okay.
suit.
Yeah, that bright blue suit. Drip.
I really wish they make the sequel to that.
Oh
And a
man.
very big callback to one of our early episodes.
Yeah,
It's supposed to be the sequel where Django and Zorro meet up on a tour through like California and Mexico.
Oh
That'd
my
be
god,
tight.
I would love to see that.
I want
Bring
to
back Django.
Where were all the slaves and were there a lot of slaves in Mexico?
See,
and
we was
Yes.
kings.
In Mexico.
So
And I just don't know. I'm asking.
There were a lot of Mexican slaves.
I wasn't.
They
Actually,
they
Mexico ended slavery
they
after
abolished
the-
slavery. Really after? I thought it was before.
What's happened?
Mhm.
stay woke.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Django and Zorro team up.
Yeah,
I
that'd be
love
pretty
Zorro.
lit. We got a gunslinger, a black
Man.
gunslinger, and a Mexican
Who
sword.
Who would
Sorry.
play
No, he has a
Zorro?
sword.
Who would play
Who
Zorro?
else? Antonio
Y'all said
Banderas. Bring his ass back.
Yeah.
He was just in some movie on Netflix.
Bring his old ass out here.
Yeah, they're roughly the same age.
Yeah.
Well, wait, whoa.
Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx and Antonio Banderas are not the same.
Jamie Foxx is old as dirt.
roughly.
Is he?
Jamie
He's
Foxx
old
is
as
pushing
fuck.
50.
He's been around
I
forever.
know, but Antonio.
I feel like Antonio Banderas is a little older than Jamie
I said
Foxx.
roughly the same age.
Mm.
How rough is roughly?
Let's find out.
I'm gonna see how
I feel like
Antonio-
he's about 7 years older, at the very least.
How old do you think Antonio Banderas is? I guess.
I think he's like 60.
I was gonna say like
He's
62.
58.
Antonio Banderas is only 58.
Yes.
And how old is Jamie Foxx?
Oh
I don't
shit.
know.
Jamie Foxx is probably like 53.
I want to say 52.
No, he's 51. 7 years.
7
Once you're in your
years.
50s, it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah,
mean,
Yeah,
they're roughly the same age.
You know, they could be vets
I mean,
in this
7
shit.
years is a big difference.
You feel me? We
Not
no
when you're
training arc.
51 and 58.
I don't want to see.
You're not seeing
Antonio
different shit at
Banderas as
58 that
Zorro.
you were seeing at 51.
I don't want to see him as Zorro.
Who do you want to
That's
see
fair.
as Zorro?
I want to see Diego Luna as Zorro.
Who's that?
Oh, is that the nigga from Star Wars and Narcos?
Yes and yes. I was thinking of Dirty Dancing Havana Nights, but
Oh, that
The
dude.
nigga
Yeah.
from Narcos Mexico?
Yeah, I'll
and
take-
Star Wars Rogue
Yeah.
Rogue One?
That's Diego Luna.
Yeah.
What about the guy from the main Star Wars movies? I forgot what his name was.
Finn?
No, the pilot.
Poe?
Yeah.
No,
No.
Is Dio?
He's
No.
like
Zorro?
4 or 5.
he's not sexy like
Cameron
Zorro was
was.
sexy. He can't carry it like Antonio Banderas, but Diego Luna can because I seen him.
I didn't get
You know,
that
should play
aspect as well.
Batman.
So
Who should play Batman?
Keanu Reeves.
I feel like he could do a version. He could do a version
Ben
of
Affleck was
Batman.
too skinny. He bulked up. And if Christian Bale can play it, anybody
Yeah.
can play it.
Keanu Reeves has bulked up for a couple roles. So.
Christian
Go
Bale.
watch-
Christian
go-
Bale's kind of crazy though.
Go watch John Wick, and then come back and be like, you can't see Keanu Reeves playing Batman.
Have y'all seen American Psycho?
Of course.
That nigga was in his bag. I'm like, bro, what the
Ooh,
fuck
yeah.
did he do?
But Christian
That's
Bale
when I
also
love that
played
movie.
Dick Cheney. He can play anybody.
Yeah.
He did, and Dick, did you watch that?
Mm-mm.
I heard it was really good.
Dick Cheney. Wow.
Was it like what's his name's portrayal of Colin Powell in W?
I haven't seen W.
You haven't seen W? W is it's a decent film.
W?
Yeah.
No, I'm straight.
Oh, I love how they talk about like
I just know they
George Bush.
portray Cheney as like just like a fucking dick
They did. They made him look like a
like
madman.
in the movie.
I mean, he shot his best friend.
I mean, with a name like Dick.
Yeah.
There's a thing where they're just like the vice president doesn't usually do this. He's just like, I know, but I'm doing it.
I
It's
love.
like I'm taking
I
all
love
this
this
power.
shit.
Like, I mean, you know, George Bush wasn't really trying to become like it was like a legacy type of situation.
He was a name.
It was same thing with Jeb Bush. It was
I'm
just
here
like
for
a
the love of the
legacy.
game,
You
baby.
talk about
Yeah.
Condoleezza Rice in that movie?
What?
In W?
They have to.
They she's not as heavy into the plot of that film as I guess what people would really want her to be.
Yeah, because Condoleezza Rice, she has like an amazing story.
Was she Secretary of State at the time?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I mean, like I don't know.
I remember they wanted her to be the new coach of the Cleveland Browns last year.
I'm sorry.
Right. They want her to be the coach of the Cleveland Browns, the new commissioner of the NFL.
You can run a country, you can run a football team.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you can. I just.
But like, I feel like this
Was
is
she-
a
did
test
she have-
drive.
She's on the
Does she do that?
she's on the NCAA committee for football. She's on.
Oh, so this is like something.
And
that
she's like a
into.
huge-
Like she
Browns
she's
fan.
she's a big into sports.
And she's a huge Brown fan for whatever
Browns. Is
reason.
that Ohio?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Cleveland.
Cleveland. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that from Living Singles, because Overton was a Browns fan.
He seems like a Browns fan ass nigga.
Yeah.
Old milk dud ass nigga.
Yeah. Read up on Condoleezza Rice. She has an amazing story. Especially like her family history and how like why they are Republicans. So,
Why are they Republicans?
because back before the two parties switched, Republican because the South was so democratic.
Okay, what
Republicans needed-
specifically happened in her family to make them want to be Republicans?
Because the Republicans needed people so bad that they opened up their registration to black people. So if you were in the South and you could
So
be
they literally
black,
just
you
said,
could
fuck
register.
it.
Yeah, you could. If you were in the South and you were black, they'll make you a Republican. You can vote.
What was the benefit of it?
You got to participate in voting. You got to
You're one of the
Republican
whites.
ticket.
You got whiskey on Sundays.
They opened you up to.
What?
They opened you
Whiskey
up to
on
Is
Sundays.
that a thing?
Would you like a taste of white privilege?
I'm so sorry. Excuse me. Wow, I'm not mad at her for that.
So
It wasn't her choice.
yeah. So like her family.
As a
So like
kid.
her family history, like they were
I
Republican.
think they were shooting about
From the time they were
Is that a
Republicans,
dogma?
from the time black people first were given the right to vote, and even when it was again tried to be stripped away from them, her family was protected because they were Republican. They had a legacy as a Republican Party. So she's like,
They were one of the good ones.
yeah. So her whole family's like, it's a very interesting story.
What are they good?
This is my black. This is my African
This is my
American.
black friend over here.
That's why she was. I mean,
Blacks
man.
at Xbox.
Come
At
say
least
hi,
she was
nigga.
smart and he's like, come tap dance, come dance with us.
Is this the new Quentin Tarantino?
Hey, I heard you can shuck over there. Come over here and jive.
Certain,
Hey, you want to be Secretary of State?
certain things shouldn't be joked about, guys.
Wait a minute, why you always have like? Okay, you know what? Whatever.
Certain things like what?
Anyway, so Z.
He don't like when people are called coons, or like he don't like when you're put down black people.
Classic
like,
racism.
What?
It's not.
Well,
But even though like I'm black and whatever,
it's satire.
man.
Yeah, we're pointing it out because it exists. Yeah, it's not gonna.
Like
we're
she
not.
didn't work
There's nothing we can
for
do to stop it from
president.
happening.
No, what you did.
The only
what
thing we
you
could
did
do
was
is bring
reduce Condoleezza Rice to saying that just because you're black and you're Republican, come here and you're discounting everything she had to do to get to that position.
Yeah.
If
we did.
anybody in that council, Condoleezza Rice was the most overly qualified person.
Yeah,
To do
probably.
a lot of things.
But
And
these
for you to make a joke like that, it's just.
But these jokes are still gonna fly.
I didn't stop you from making a joke. I just
Everything
said
you're
certain
saying
things
is right. Everything you're saying
I
is
just
right.
said certain things shouldn't be joked about. That's perfectly fine.
Oh, the thing is, it's all subjective.
Yeah, it's like no shades of Condoleezza Rice at all. I mean, but she also voted for the Iraq War, and she also sent hundreds and hundreds and thousands of people over there for like something that they didn't need to do in the first place. So it's like
so did Bernie Sanders.
But Bernie Sanders isn't the Secretary of State at the time. Bernie Sanders is also not president right now either, or at any time. So it's kind of like I understand what you're saying, but like Condoleezza Rice is like.
She's just as guilty as.
Yeah, it's like for me, it's like I not knowing her story or knowing her background for what I know of Condoleezza Rice. It's like this is the black woman who was Secretary of State, but it's like during what presidency, during what was happening at the time. Because it's like we all remember what happened with 9/11. It's like we all know I had friends who go and got deployed, so it's kind of like I remember her as well. So it's like if I want to make a joke about her, I'll make a joke.
Yeah, we know what's up.
It's perfectly fine.
She ain't gonna be mine.
So speaking of Love, Death, and Robots, have y'all watched Love, Death, and Robots?
No.
On Netflix. I mean,
I saw a couple episodes.
You saw a couple episodes?
I've heard
I
about it.
ran through the entire thing.
The entire
The
thing.
whole thing.
The whole
Yeah.
thing. I sat there
It's
and
probably
watched
like-
it. All 18 episodes.
Is it even
It's
2 hours?
18
It's 18.
Is it even 2 hours?
Every episode's like 9 minutes.
It's 100. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like
that's
It's,
maybe
it
like
varies
100
from
it's
6
like 180
minutes,
minutes.
to no more than 20 minutes for an episode.
Yeah. So it's not a long watch.
Oh no, it's
Is it worth it?
Yeah.
I
Oh
mean, like,
yeah,
how-
100%.
watch
Oh,
the
you said
first
that like
episode.
something.
Watch
After
the first episode.
the first one, you're like, yeah.
And if you're not
yeah.
sold on the first, I mean, you should watch the rest of it.
I heard like they changed the order depending on what system you watch it on, though. Like they're doing some social experiment. That's what I heard.
I mean,
I can see that.
for me, the first
Watching
hour,
one episode is enough to sell you.
The first hour was really
regardless of
weird
the
because I was
episode.
like, yo, is it like they're subliminally like, yo, we want to fuck these cats?
What?
That's really what I got. It was like there was a lot of
Actual cats?
There's a lot of cats. It should be
there's a lot
love,
of
robots
there's a lot of
and
symbolism
cats.
with cats, sex, and death.
Makes sense.
and robots.
So a lot of it is like, yo, this cat is like it's very sexy, but it's also a little cat like. And then they also use the
that
cat.
anime style episode about the Chinese.
Yeah, that too.
That one was legit. Like, this cat is sexy.
Yeah, there's a lot of things going on where it's like. Sleek
Wait, are you talking about RedTube again?
like sleek moving creatures, and then there's one episode that is very blatantly like where it's like, I think it's the one where he was trapped in space, and then he was going through this loop of this alien was trapped in his mind, and he's trying to escape it, and when he finally got through the last I think it was like the last loop where you actually see like the world for what it is. Like you see this, you see the silhouette, and then it's like you see like this form moving forward, and it looks like a naked woman is walking towards him, but then it turns out to be this huge alien. So there's a lot of symbolism. There's a lot of symbolism like that. So
This gives something for everyone to talk about online. All the
A lot of
blogs.
CGI titties. There's
a lot of CGI. Titties.
There's a lot of nudity in this show.
It's that sex though, yeah.
Yeah, like they show more.
Love
Than
having
more.
sex or just,
It's
like,
more. It's probably the most I've seen on Netflix. Like they're showing vaginas on this.
When you say vaginas, are you
They're
talking
not
about
showing
just,
like they're not spreading lips, but
I mean, like, no, I'm just saying, is it like just the V with a little bit of hair?
Yeah, it's just like Bush.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Ever since we started streaming on Twitch, you've been on something.
Who's streaming on Twitch?
we are right now.
We are.
Yeah.
Like what, live?
Say hey to the camera.
Oh, that's a camera.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't even notice that. I didn't even know what that was.
You ain't even notice me.
I didn't.
Your
Wait, we're
sister did
online
too?
right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, are people looking at us?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Well, that's Madrid. You got a stream for it.
He'll be on YouTube later,
No, I don't know how I feel about
like
that.
next week.
No one told me.
Your sister didn't tell you?
Well, you know,
She could have.
You know, Love, Death, and Robots definitely something that you should check out. It's 100% worth it. It's futuristic. It's cool. It's a lot of really gory violence. A lot of really gory.
When you say
violence.
gory violence, like, give me a like. Are you talking about like they're chopping like ankles? Gory.
Kinda.
Um,
Like it's really like
You know
people
when they
like
start-
people get sliced in the head, but the head doesn't.
I've seen
completely
somebody's
fall
head
off.
get like
I'm okay with
crushed.
that. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
A lot of stabbing.
There was one thing I didn't necessarily care for. I'm not really into a lot of gore. So it was like, okay, this is the difference between gore for like.
Gore doesn't bother
For-
me.
It's gore. It's gore. It's
for the
gore
sake of-
porn. It's gore porn.
Yeah, it's like
Oh,
it's gore.
okay.
It's gore
It's
for
gore.
the sake of gore, and it's
Yeah.
like, all right, you didn't have to
No.
It's like on an episode by episode basis, honestly.
Not all the episodes. Like there's a
It's
lot
not
of
like Saw, like where it's just like you have to like it's just like unnecessary. Like I don't want to
See,
someone,
Saw's a
like,
lot of
pull out their
tedious.
fingernails
Saw's
or
a lot
some
of
shit.
tedious, like drawn out.
this is
gore
this is
fights.
quick. This is more quick.
I mean, it's only like 10-minute episodes. So
Yeah.
they can't spend a whole lot of time on it. But at the same time, it's like you didn't have to show all that.
I think it was more so
I'm
like
to be
you-
honest. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
that they
because
actually
it's
went
like
for
you
it.
have the freedom to do that, and they did it.
They
As
went hard.
opposed
They
to-
went really hard with it, and that's what I appreciated. It's like
more power to you.
Hey man, don't censor art unless it's on some bullshit.
I just said more power to you.
Yeah, fuck you, Ashton.
So Z, you had Anderson .Paak's last album on your top 10 list.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was like number 6. I want to say.
Okay, yeah.
All right. So are you excited about his new one? Ventura coming right? He's coming right back.
I'm excited because I feel like he knows he didn't really put out what we were expecting. So I feel like this is like the makeup for it.
Yeah, I think he even said like Dr. Dre more so let him have free reign with this album because he recorded both of them. He recorded
I
Oxnard
don't know
and
why
Ventura at the
niggas still
same
let
time.
Dr. Dre like make their albums.
Because it's Dr. Dre.
He doesn't-
Bruh,
he
that
doesn't-
nigga,
I
he
mean,
puts you in a headlock. You
He doesn't have
you
that
can't do
anymore.
nothing else.
This is like 1989. He doesn't have it.
89. He produced
No, he did.
Eminem.
Yeah, he executive
Okay,
produced.
this isn't 2000.
There you go.
But
Give
he
him
did-
his days. Give him
Like
his
he
years.
did Good Kid, Mad City. He did To Pimp a Butterfly.
But did he like really do Good Kid, Mad City? Like, did he like put Kendrick in a headlock and was like, "We're doing it this way,"
I think Dre more so just fine tuned that album.
which makes sense.
Which, if you're signed to Interscope, you essentially can get Dr. Dre to fine tune your album if you're a big artist.
I don't know if like, but if I'm a big artist, like, how much do you really want that?
But Ventura, he says more. This is going to be more of the Free National album that we said we wanted. He's it's like
I looked at the track list and it's looking pretty.
Yeah, it is.
it looks nice. The first thing was already out, called King James.
I listened to that. It was cool.
I haven't heard it. Either way, we'll see. I'm not gonna get my hopes up for it, but I'm gonna just
Yeah, when
Like
it comes
those
out.
Yo,
Is it because you were spurred from the last album, or you just don't really get hopes of the album?
do you really just not like California-based music?
That's not that at all. I enjoy California-based music.
And I wouldn't say bass, but like the overall theme style.
No, I think West Coast is like, other than Atlanta, like West Coast is like those niggas over there making like the most quality music. But I'm just, I
You
can't
didn't
get,
you didn't want that from Anderson .Paak?
his last album, it left a lot to be desired. I feel like when you follow up Malibu with that, it leaves a lot.
I feel that. I mean,
Almost every song in Malibu is like replayable over and over.
I enjoyed Oxnard because I really like California-based music. That's one of the reasons I really liked Good Kid, Mad City. It was so Cali focused, and I appreciate that sound. Oxnard was similar to that, but I can 100% understand. Like after Malibu, after No Worries, expecting something that's going to be more, I guess, like more broad and not so focused hard on it. So yeah, I feel that though.
I don't think it's no more so that. I think Oxnard just lacked the soul that.
Really?
that
Yeah,
album
I
had.
felt it.
Like it didn't feel as warm as those other albums. But that's to me personally. So I just like it. It felt like all the songs are good. Even the rapping was good. The song structure was good. It was just like something I felt was missing when I go back and listen to Malibu or No Worries. Or
Yeah,
I mean,
so,
I feel like that because that allowed the space for it.
So for me, I just felt like, for lack of a better word, it didn't really feel like his soul was in the music there. Like, I remember one time I read that Anderson .Paak's voice was described as listening to like joy after grief, and like you can kind of hear that when you listen to Malibu, and like you can feel that like the things he sings about are things he went through. And then for me, Oxnard just felt like a collection of songs, as opposed to like him just making something just like damn.
I feel that.
But it's all subjective.
yeah.
Yeah. Also, Tame Impala's coming back. In case y'all didn't know, they dropped a single. I'm excited.
He dropped a single.
Yeah.
And they performing at Coachella.
Let me go
I
down
think
to
so.
that. Yeah.
Also, they're coming to Shaky Beats, I believe.
Oh, Shaky Knees Festival.
It's either Shaky
Shaky
Knees or
Knees?
Shaky Beats. It's one of those.
There's a
I
Shaky
didn't know
Knees.
Shaky
There's
Knees
two.
was a
There's two of them. So
There's a
it could
Shaky
be one.
Knees, but
They're coming to Georgia. I gotta see them. But yeah, Tame Impala coming back. I was wondering when they were, or hey, or whatever the collection is. But I'm excited.
I need some good music for the summer. Like I need some good like chill. Like
it's about that time. Like
goes
what?
down.
Like when do the summer hits come out? Did it? Was it April? More like April, May when like they actually start rolling out the summer jams.
Right when the pollen starts spraying.
Oh, that's already happened like yesterday.
So yeah, it's right around time. It's in season.
It's everywhere. It's just everywhere.
Yeah, I think it might be this Tame Impala John, but we'll see what comes out next. I hope Drake comes out with a song.
He will.
Yeah.
Him, Rihanna, Beyonce, like the big top group.
Whenever he sees what's the hottest sound, he'll come
Yeah,
out.
I feel like if Childish Gambino can win a Grammy off of one song, he could just like here's a song and it wins a Grammy. I feel like there should be more artists who are willing to do that. That are just like once a year they come out with this one really really great song, pushing for that Grammy win for the summer. Yeah, I would appreciate that.
Yeah, because this song will be playing this summer, but. I mean, you think is he coming out with anything?
I think Drake said he's gonna drop something before the end.
No, I mean Childish Gambino.
I feel like you should because they're good. There is the one song that he performed live on
he's
Saturday
performing
Night
at
Live.
Coachella.
That
so
never.
I would say, yeah, he's performing at Coachella. I would hope.
I could see him. I could see him
It's
dropping
like
an
all
album.
the old stuff.
Yeah.
Just you might
Or
you,
tape.
Yeah, you might just Beyonce.
I'd
Like,
beat a nigga's ass if they.
Plus, I mean,
I love
last
that
year
one.
he did drop like a very small collection of songs.
Yeah, the summer pack, I think it's called.
Yeah,
But he's got
Yeah.
he's a Coachella headliner.
yeah. I'm
But
ready.
he has some popular songs where he can like
He
kind of
does.
push through. It's like Bruno Mars. Like he can push through. He don't have to like keep
Yeah.
putting out music.
I mean, Beyonce could stop making music today, and she'd be good on performance for the rest of her life.
Yeah.
True.
Are any of you excited about the new Chance's new album? It's coming out July 17th.
I'm pretty sure you're gonna have some.
I'm gonna
songs on
listen
there.
to it.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out.
I'll listen to it, but I don't.
I'm probably not gonna check it out like the first week, but I'm gonna check it out.
I respect Chance enough to at least listen to it when it comes out.
I wonder what it's gonna sound like. Cause none of his three projects. 10 Day doesn't sound like Acid Rap, which doesn't sound like Coloring Book. So I wonder.
Did you listen to any of the singles that he put out?
Yeah.
Some of them, I always hate, like Spotify will always put that one song that I always hate. It's like the one he sampled Jamie Foxx. I hate that song so much. It's so trash. But the other songs are good.
What song is that? Where he's like, "Fuck you."
Yeah. That song.
I like that one.
Yeah, but
I think another one was like 86th and something. Somewhere he grew up.
well, when it comes out, I'll check it out. I like his influence. I've been going back and listening to 90s gospel. Like I checked out Kirk Franklin's first album, and I was like,
Oh my god, I was just listening to that.
I was like, yeah, if somebody were to bring this back.
Yeah. He was
So
only
it's
23
like some
when
like
that
out
came
of everybody that's making music, somebody has to have been influenced by Kirk Franklin.
Man.
And it was Chance, and Chance brought that back. I really appreciate that for him.
Kirk Franklin has a new song out now. It's really nice. But like that, I was just listening to that last album. It is his first one.
Yeah.
He was like in his 20s. It's a really good album.
So good.
He has like back-to-back songs that were just popular. I was just like, I didn't know all this.
Didn't he do Silver and Gold?
Yep. I know, right? It's all really good. Man. Oh, did you listen to Sounds of Blackness?
Which one was that?
That's the group. I think that was Quincy Jones, but they had that one song.
Kirk Franklin and Quincy Jones?
No, Sounds of Blackness is a group.
Oh,
but I
okay.
think you know how Quincy Jones always has like some type of group of like black people he try to put together to like sing something in a choir type way. He did the same thing. I think that was Quincy Jones. But if you're in like, the 90s gospel feel, look up Sounds of Blackness.
Sounds of Blackness.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah.
Because Quincy Jones, he rarely disappoints, especially in the 90s. Like he was in.
I think Quincy Jones was trying to work with Tupac on Tupac's last album. Well, the album Tupac One is supposed to be called like One Nation or One Coast.
By then, I don't know. Like I don't like everything that Quincy Jones does, but like there's certain eras where Quincy Jones is just like
it's Quincy Jones.
It's like it's Quincy Jones.
Yeah, I do wish that mythical Tupac out because he was have a song on that. He was working with Outkast. He's working with
oh man, that.
Was he doing Outkast?
Tupac and Outkast.
Tupac and Outkast.
I mean, if Outkast can work with Raekwon.
Yeah, so it'll be Tupac, Outkast, Scarface. He had somebody from New York. Essentially, it was like after the whole East Coast West Coast beat. This is supposed to be the album. Like, all right, we not did that bullshit. Now this is the album. We're coming all back together, and we're gonna show that this is one coast, one nation. That's
what happened? Oh, they all
he
died.
They
all died.
What happened to that Tupac album that never came out?
Yeah.
So maybe they recorded it early. I don't know.
No, Big Boy talked about it before. It's like, yeah, they.
I bet it's in a hard drive somewhere.
Or a floppy disk.
Yeah,
Well,
like
you
the
know,
or just like the song that he did, the song that they were gonna do. He did his verse, but they never got to it.
Well, you know they released all those Tupac albums after he died, so the semblance of the album's probably in there somewhere.
Oh.
It just spread across 5 different albums.
I never listened to one Tupac album.
All the way through.
Yeah.
No.
Other than this, I've never heard a Tupac song that wasn't a single.
Check out All Eyes on Me. It's the first double album, first double rap album. No, that's Will Smith.
He had the audacity to put out a double album.
Well, it was on vinyl, and
Hey
it can
man,
only
he
be
went triple platinum.
and it was on either it was on vinyl, or it was on tape, and it can only hold so much music, and therefore it technically had to be double this.
What album was that?
I've been trying to rap for years.
Ask Ken.
Big Willie style.
Nah,
Actually, that's the only. Do you know another name of a? What's his name again?
Will
Will
Smith.
Smith.
Yeah, album.
I
I
want
want to say Fresh Prince.
I want to say Parents Don't Understand, but I don't.
That's a single.
That's a single. I don't.
The Fresh Prince and DJ Jesse Jeff.
I think
That's
the name of their album. Yeah.
Hey, man.
Won a Grammy. First rap
All I gotta do
album.
is rap well enough to get a TV show.
Again,
Lil Romeo.
which was picked up by Quincy Jones.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he saw Will Smith.
He
perform.
auditioned in Quincy Jones' living room.
Yeah.
Tells the story.
So Quincy Jones said he heard him rap. He's like, that's the star of the show. And then,
Oh, it was for the show.
yeah, he saw Will, so he's like, oh yeah. So
So Will Smith has this video where he talks about the story, and he's like, he walks into Quincy Jones' house, and Quincy Jones is like, this is your audition, like right now, like act the scene out, and he's like, I can't do it. And Quincy Jones is like, either you do this right now, or you walk away from this forever. And so he did it.
Then he's
My
like,
goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, the stress of that.
Yeah.
Have you guys been looking at that cancel videos where it's just like Quincy Jones? They had it was when they had Quincy Jones. They had P Diddy, Babyface, and what's the other old one?
You're trying to cancel all of these people?
L.A. Reid.
No, and it was Berry Gordy.
Oh, okay.
And they were just like, you have to like cancel one of them, and a lot of people were just like, P Diddy shouldn't be in it at all because he has nothing to do with the other 3. You haven't been watching any of those videos where they're like
I haven't seen them.
canceling?
The only person I see they're trying to cancel right now is Daniel Caesar.
Oh yeah.
Man,
I mean,
he was really putting on with dread-headed, dark-skinned niggas with caps.
he picked a fucked up hill to die on. So
Yeah, that's really it. I was like, you.
I can't feel bad. Like,
Isn't this he was mad at he was taking up for a girl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was like putting down black women, right? Or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. No.
right?
And he was drunk too.
He was on. Oh, he said he was drunk.
Hey man,
I don't get drunk and say racist ass shit. So
Exactly.
I don't get drunk and start talking down to black people. So I don't really know. What
Not
to tell
online.
them. Not in general.
Not on Instagram Live.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like who does
Who
that?
gets
on
drunk like, hold
Instagram
on, let me
Live?
get these slurs off real quick.
And then he tweeted about how he wasn't gonna apologize.
Yeah, it is after D-Ray that called him and said, we had a good conversation. Granted, depending on how you feel about D-Ray or how you don't feel about D-Ray.
D-Ray Davis?
Yeah.
The comedian?
No,
comedian.
another one.
Activist.
Oh,
the
DeRay?
activist.
Blue vest.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Oh. I was about to say, those are two completely
There's
different
D-Ray and then there's DeRay.
Yeah.
Who is DeRay?
The vest.
Blue vest.
The blue vest guy?
Activist.
His name is Blue Vest?
No, he's an activist.
Don't roll your eyes like this. Shut
Like the
up.
Twitter guy.
He's
He's
like
a-
he always wears the blue
He's a
vest.
social media influencer.
I don't know him.
Good for you.
That's good.
Okay.
You're
That's
better.
good. That's good. That's
You're,
good.
you're probably better off without
essentially,
it.
D-Ray Vincent said, yeah, or DeRay said he came out and said, yeah, I talked to him. I discussed why his ideas are problematic. We didn't agree on everything, but he's willing to learn and grow. And then Dane Caesar came out and was like, I'm not apologizing.
He's like, yeah, nah, fuck y'all
Fuck
niggas.
that. I'm not apologizing.
Fuck what you heard. We still on our bullshit.
At least he kept stuck to his guns.
Yeah, but now
That's a really weird hill. It's like Taraji dying on the R. Kelly hill. Like, just
Yeah.
nigga, shut up.
Oh my god, yeah, that's the wrong hill to die. Oh yeah, you're right. It's the wrong
It's
hill to
just
die.
don't-
on.
I mean,
Right.
we were saying,
You don't
like,
have to die here.
Why are we as
You
black
can
people?
get up.
Why are we as black people being so mean to white people? They are on the winning team, and if we ever hope to get on the winning team, we should.
We're mean to
This sounds
everybody.
like a little Kanye West.
Yeah, and then it became this really weird thing where all the black people started calling him ugly. So it's like
Because they've been waiting. They had that shit. They had that shit
No,
hosted. They gave him a pass the whole time.
That's
They gave
how
him a
we,
pass
that's
the
what we
whole
do,
time.
though.
It was
we
a
go
collective-
directly for it. Like,
It was like a
go
collective.
for your
I know your
juggler.
ugly ass is not talking right now.
yeah.
The
It's
whole
like-
community said that at once.
It's like the scissors in Us, bro. They going for your juggler.
Yeah, it's like, all right.
I like-
all the odd
So
shit.
you're getting, but
It's
it's the
like
idea
the
like you're
fuck.
getting on someone for being anti-black, and then you in turn go and be anti-black. So it's just like
I don't making fun of.
It's not anti-black. This
Making
nigga
fun of
just
Crooked
ugly
Teeth-
as shit.
Making fun of Crooked Teeth is not anti-black.
I feel you.
Niggas were like, I know fucking SpongeBob SquarePants over there. They were roasting him. I'm sorry, and it had nothing to do with the point he was making. But they
Yo.
were roasting him.
They were getting in his ass,
Yeah,
boy.
but I'm not invested enough in the day. Like if I never listen to 40 again, it's a great album.
I mean,
Like,
I'm
if
still,
never listen
to be
40
honest, like
again,
I'm
I
still
would-
listening to Get You is still a pretty great song. Like
No,
I'm still.
I
I
have it
put
on my
those
phone.
songs on my playlist. I'm not taking
Yeah,
them off.
yeah. Like if
They're gonna have
if
to
I put
take
my
my
phone on
guns.
shuffle and this song comes on, I'm not gonna like, oh god, let me go hurry up and delete this. But at the same time,
It was just such a dumb hill to die on.
Yeah.
He probably just fucked himself on a lot of like actual future revenue.
oh yeah,
I think he'll come back.
Like,
You think
no
he'll come
people
back?
like there's tours saying that he's like he had to like postpone or cancel because he's getting so much bad backlash.
Yeah, he did some All Lives Matter shit like this before too. And
Oh, he has.
yeah. So niggas was like, ooh,
Oh, they
we
were
tried to
just-
give you
Yeah,
one.
they
I was
let,
like,
we
that's
let
straight
you,
to you. Right?
we let you slide the first time.
Okay, so why does Kanye West get so many passes?
Because he's Kanye.
Because he
West.
panders.
Oh shit.
Listen to through the wire.
I mean, I guess
And, like,
that's not always
Like
like
even
the
what
best
Kanye
album.
was
I mean,
doing
that-
now
that's
with
not-
with his Sunday services, he has all.
He has a
has
what?
A Sunday service.
Yo,
Doing
that shit
what?
looks
Just a
that shit
title.
looks fire as hell. That shit looks fire as hell.
So he
That
was-
shit is fire though. That shit is
look
great.
Is it every Sunday?
Yeah, he puts
Yeah.
his choir and like they perform his old songs and new songs.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
That
They,
shit is
they
fucking
don't
tight.
they don't just do Kanye too.
Yeah,
They do.
They have Kurt Franklin songs. They
No,
have, they
is
have
it like a
Escape.
legit choir?
Yeah, legit.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Just out in
Is it in
Africa.
Chicago?
Just go on YouTube and look it up. That shit is tight.
Wait,
Do
is
they
it
have full
actually
videos?
At a church?
Yes.
They got
full
full
video-
videos. I thought it was just the clips.
There's one.
Yo,
There's a
Wait a minute.
53-minute long video of all.
Is
of
he
them.
at the church?
No,
No,
they're
they
just
do it outside.
So, sometimes it's outside. Sometimes it's in the studio.
Wait, so this has nothing to do with him though.
No,
Well,
he's
yeah.
right there. He's like right. He's producing.
It's
He's
him.
playing.
When did this start?
A while
It
ago.
started out like
How
Whenever-
do we
When
have a
public
podcast
favor
and no one
finally
says
Whenever his
anything?
image-
when,
Wow.
yeah, when people said they stopped fucking with Kanye West, he started doing his Sunday. In fact, Kim Kardashian tweeted like she started. Of course,
But I'm not on Twitter.
I'm saying that's how I.
Yeah.
That's not how I first saw it. I saw it.
You follow Kim Kardashian on Twitter?
No. That's how I saw other people talking about the Sunday service, and then when I went and looked into it, I was like, "Oh, this is."
Let's see your Twitter account. Show us your Twitter, Angelique.
Angela Yee. I'm out here.
the shade room.
Who has it?
Oh wait, did y'all? Since we're running real low on time, have y'all checked out that shit, Laser Wolf?
No.
Yeah, check that out.
Trailer, yeah.
Yeah, watch that trailer. It's a new Adult Swim show. It's gonna have like Drum, Vince Staples, Quinta Brunson.
Oh, Quinta.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and a few other people doing voices. It's like an animated series.
It's the show is about a wolf with a laser on his back,
It's about a wolf with a laser on his back.
and
It's,
God is black.
it's a
I
du-
guess.
yeah, it's an Adult Swim show. So
Yeah.
It's like short little 15-minute episode.
yeah,
Okay.
It seems
I do
like something in my
Quinta,
room.
though. And I do like drum.
yeah.
Yeah,
If
like
any,
the
check
laser.
out the trailer, and you might be convinced to check out this show.
I hear because she's like, he got money. She had the he got money video. No one remembers that video.
Yeah.
Okay, I need y'all to just like
She does it.
acknowledge it.
And she does like a show
As
on
I said.
Facebook.
Dang, that made the Facebook already.
What? Shut up.
She does a Facebook show.
I just want to hit you so bad. I just want violence towards your work.
Speaking of hitting bad, hit that like button and subscribe to us at 3Piece Set Podcast.
Yeah, leave us 5 stars.
Leave us 5 stars, you know what I'm saying? Rate us,
Comment.
all that. As always, you can follow us collectively at 3Piece Set Pod on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and you can find us on all streaming services. You can follow me on Twitter at SpeedwagonX. Zimmer, where can we find you?
Find me on Twitter at _SpiritGun.
Oh, very nice. Josh,
I know Jones everywhere.
Ashton,
Ash the Stampede.
Sassy.
You know, you didn't have to go find me. It's fine.
We just replay the clip from whenever she remembered it.
Yeah.
Edit that out.
Splice that in.
That
You
one
are really
golden
good
moment.
at like going into the other stuff. What's the word?
transitions.
There you go. You're really good at that. You deserve like all the props.
Thank
I
you.
give you all the props today because you did a really good job.
Appreciate
But I
it.
really don't ever
Except for
remember.
that
about-
Love, Death, and Robots.
But yeah, that was that shit.
I don't know what the fuck that was.
Wait, what was no? Was
He
that
said,
the one?
speaking of Love, Death, and Robots, and we weren't talking about any of those things.
Yeah, we weren't talking about shit, so I'm like, I'm gonna.
That's why he gets the
I
props.
was like, I'm gonna force it in there.
Okay.
Okay.
On that note.
Whoa. Whoa. Good night, guys.
As always, it's a no, it's good production.